And we are live. What is up? We are back with another episode of Wager Wars, episode 14. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that. The man himself with the most appearances on Wager Wars, 138 MMA, stepping in on short notice again. I think this is the third of 4 appearances have all been on like 24 hours or less notice. Yo, shout out to Mr. Nice Guy. I just saw your tweet. Appreciate you always supporting, showing love. And then also, of course, shout out Baby Sharp MMA up here. Second time on the show. Go give him some love. I'm going to put both their info in the caption once we get this first breakdown going, and I let them talk. Then I can tweet this out to everybody, post their info in the captions. But we're all getting back home. It seems we all showed up just in the nick of time for this episode. So get that going once we get the first breakdown going. We're gonna, of course, break down every single one of these fights. What up, Tony? Starting at the bottom, working our way to the top. As always, they're gonna give their favorite bet on every single fight of the card. 1 to 5 units, 10 to 25 on the total card. I did change one rule. Only rule we've changed since we started this. I've been open-minded to changing stuff, but I thought I was going to make things easier by rounding all the bets from 1 to 1.5 to 2. In the end, I just made it more difficult for everybody. So you can now do 0.6, 1 point, or 1.7, 1 point. The minimum is still 1 unit. The maximum is still 5, but I don't care if you do 1.2, 1.85, whatever it may be. Anywhere from 1 to 5 units per fight, good with me. Before, we made everybody round it 1 unit, 1.5, 2 units, and it was creating more issues than, honestly, and the whole point of it, it just completely backfired and made everything more complicated. So bet anywhere from 1 to 5 units on the fights. What up, All Out? Legend in the chat. Do either of you guys have any questions?
No, sir.
Nah, man.
Because we do have 13 fights, and if you're not a hardcore fan, you're probably going to hear a lot of names that you're not super familiar with. I had to watch. I didn't even get to drop my breakdown till Wednesday. I usually drop those early Tuesday, but I needed an extra day to watch those Road to the UFC fights and a bunch of other stuff. So the unpronounceable name guy versus Hernandez. Oh yeah. Okay.
Tumen
Debrel or whatever. I have to read. I have to see the name in front of me to be able to read it. Tumen Debrel.
Tumen Debrel.
Barrel. Tumen Debrel. There it is. Okay, we'll get to that one though, Tony. Yeah, leave a like on the video. I'm gonna put both their info in the caption below, so follow them on Twitter. Check out their stuff on YouTube. All that good stuff. 2 sharp guys. I've been going back and forth with them a little bit on Twitter for a while. Me and 138 go pretty far back at this point, but Baby Sharp, probably maybe only like 4 months or so. But yeah, been enjoying the tweets, and then we had him on the show once, so appreciate y'all coming back on. Like the video, check both these guys out, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, I appreciate y'all helping me hit 3,000 subscribers. That was dope. So appreciate y'all for that. And if you're watching this on the playback, I know we've been messing around with the day, messing around with the time. So appreciate everybody who's watching on the rerun. I will add timestamps once this ends, so you can go if there's certain fights you care more about than others. We'll recap all the bets at the end, all that good stuff, man. But all that out of the way, man, let's get into it. First fight on the card, we got Maheshate taking on Nicholas Motta. Will Maheshate in some of y'all's parlays? Let's find out. 138 MMA. What do you think about this fight?
Man, I feel like I've been having to defend this entire card from everybody. So I'm really actually kind of glad that I got the short notice call here. As for this fight, I'm going to take Maheshate. What's the difference between inside the distance and KO? Like, how far off are those?
Let's see. One thing, that is one of the reasons I hit you up. I saw your tweet about how you like this card, and I was like, let me hit 138 up, man.
Everybody else is shitting on it, and they're like, oh, I don't know any of these fighters. Whose problem is that? That's your problem for not keeping your eyes and ears on the scene, you know? Like,
there's some fun matchups. Yeah, there's some fun matchups. Maheshate by KO is plus 150, and Maheshate inside the distance is minus 120.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll take KO then. I'll take 1 unit on it.
Motta by KO is plus 325. Interesting. Just.
I think it's because Maheshate typically has a chin like cement. Yeah. Typically.
That's pretty interesting for me, but
you're probably on the Motta side, huh? He's everybody's underdog darling this week.
Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until he said his piece, but I do like Motta. But I think someone's getting KO'd, man. Someone's getting slapped. So I don't hate your bet. You said KO. What is it? Plus 150? Yeah. I don't hate that because I really do feel like someone's getting slapped, man. And I get it. Motta's been slapped, 4 times? I get it. My does hit hard.
And I think he can hit hard for longer.
Yeah. Baby Shark, what do you think about this one, man?
All right, so I'm on the other side, so we're neck and neck here on this one. But I think Motta, mixed with his aggression, mixed with being at Extreme Couture for about a year and a half now, dude, I just think he's a sick-ass mix of a lot of stuff now. Honestly, dude, I just think he's going to be way too much pressure for Maheshate. I was kind of on both sides when this card first got dropped because I'm high on Maheshate, even though he's kind of had those 2 slip-ups kind of recently. But honestly, man, Motta at Extreme Couture, dude, I think that's a ticket right there. And I think, honestly, man, he gets a knockout. Like you said, this is a knockout by either one of them, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be Motta that gets that done. And personally, I have 2 units on that. So I'll run that here, too.
So you're going to do Motta by KO or just Motta money line?
Hell. I played the KO prop, but I'll do money line for here.
Motta money line. Let me see what the best money line is. We got plus 165. Yeah, it looks like best price is plus 165. Damn, no, I guess it's not too far off. I bet him at plus 178 like 2 nights ago.
Nice.
Bet online. I wanted to hold out. I was thinking I was going to regret that and the line was going to get wider, but it looks like some buybacks coming on Motta, but I got you down. Motta plus 165. How many units you want to do on that?
And do 2.
2 units.
Yeah.
And how many units did you say?
2 total.
138 though?
Oh, 1.
1 unit. And you're doing the KO, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, playing him at like minus 190 is just not worth it.
Yeah. 1 unit. And that's plus 150. Yeah. I think someone's getting slapped here, man. I really do. I think a lot of people give Motta crap for that Ogden fight, but I mean, dude, I'm high on Ogden. He's been making me money lately. Ogden's a beast, and he's like, even if his fights aren't always entertaining, he knows how to win. Let's be honest, though. I will admit I bet Motta in the Tom Nolan fight. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. But I only say that to say I also bet him in the Ogden fight. Might be one of my worst bets of the year. My God, he looked like a fucking bum out there. I'll admit that.
He got saved.
I'll admit that. He looked horrid in that fight. I was watching that like, dear God, I'm going to get clowned for this pick.
You got saved. It was a no contest.
Oh, I got saved so hard. Oh, my God. When they stopped that, I was like, or when they said it was a no contest, I was like, dear God. That was almost as bad as when I cashed that Aljo ticket in the first Jan fight. I felt dirty. I felt this. I also cashed Curtis Blades in the first Aspinall fight.
Oh, that's nice.
Talk about a sweat-free bet. I was like, 10 seconds in, he just rips his knee. I'm like,
easy money.
Hold y'all. I was on the plus EV side, you bums. So,
hell yeah.
All right, that's a joke, obviously.
Right.
But Ulysses, am I saying that right? Ulysses. What up, dude? Motta KO equals money? Could be. I just have his money line played, but honestly, that KO is not a bad number. Not going to lie, Benitez fight was close as fuck. Maheshate also KO. He did KO Steve Garcia, who's another guy I'm high on. That was Steve Garcia's last loss, too. Now, I will say the way Steve Garcia fights, he gets dropped all the time, and it's like super high risk, super high reward. Like he's either going to take your head off or get his head taken off. But that being said, you still slept him. That was a good win. Mr. Nice Guy's on Maheshate. I get it. Kin over on the Twitch side of things. What up, dude? How you doing, man? I like those emotes. Maheshate is ass. I don't know. I think he's good. I think they're both just very offensively minded. I saw Maheshate KO Steve Garcia in Singapore 2.5 years ago. Don't put a lot of stock in it. It was a good win. I mean, the way they fought, he had Maheshate hurt too. Or am I thinking about the Manuel Torres fight? Didn't he have both of them hurt? I can't remember.
Honestly, man, with the Garcia fight, it was in round 1, and it was kind of like a flash KO. It was some random shit. Like he just hit him on the button just right.
Yeah. I mean, Maheshate is freaking dangerous, and Steve Garcia really does just like if there's a weakness in his game, man, it's just that head is just on the center line, ready to get smacked up. But he tends to do the killing beforehand. But it is what it is. Was a long ass flight. Yeah, I feel that. You went there and I didn't realize you saw it in person. That's fucking sick. This card sucks from a betting perspective. I think there's some tough ones to bet, but there's also a couple spots that I do like. He caught him early clean. That's what he does best for sure. Yan by TKO is a freaking lock. Hey, we'll get to that one. I don't know if I'd be able to call a lock betting against Figgy, but we'll get to it.
Thanks.
But ever since that KO, he's done fuck all basically. Been some fun fights. He's had some fun fights, some give and take, but I haven't hated
people are acting like Motta is some world beater, dude. Like he has a losing record in the UFC, doesn't he?
I think he's
was he 3-4?
No, I think is he 2 and I think it might be 2
It's
and 4.
2-2 and 1 no contest.
Oh, okay, 2-2 and.
But if you count that as a loss,
2 and 3, 2 and 3. He fucking
so
lost.
Essentially losing record.
Yeah.
It's not like Motta's great. Like I don't know, Maheshate's not great. Like I'm not sold hard on either side, but at the same time, like man, Motta's flying all the way across the world, dude. I mean, I don't know. He seems like the darling this week.
It wasn't too long ago. I got plus money on Jim Miller against him. I remember that.
Right.
Everybody was saying he was gonna knock Jim Miller dead, and then he got sparked. He
Dude,
did hurt Jim Miller in that first round, but Jim's a fucking dud. That is a hard UFC debut, though. To be fair, it's a UFC debut and you have 15 fights. Here's fucking Jim Miller with 50 fights.
I just
48
Jim Miller over either of these guys.
Yeah, dude's a fucking beast. Still doing the damn thing. Shout out Jim Miller.
Yeah, dude.
UFC 275, my first live MMA event. And I got to see Fight of the Year. Damn, that's a sick, bro. Yuri Glover. I've been doing YouTube videos, like betting content, for like 5, maybe 6 years now, 5 years. You will never see on live or on a video me go crazier than I did during that fight. I had Glover on the money line, bro. Damn. I literally have that was up there with when I bet Nate Diaz in the first Conor fight as a huge underdog. I was literally like foaming at the mouth, and for different reasons. Like when Glover was like had Yuri hurt, had him tired, and then shot a takedown in the 5th. I'm so glad that my channel was smaller then, because I would have got so much shit, because I was literally like, what the fuck are you doing? No, Glover! I was screaming. I literally was out of my seat for like 20 minutes. Like, fucking no. I had like $5,000 on like tied in and fucking like a 3-leg parlay, his money line for $1,000. Fucking, yeah, I was betting entirely too much on like parlays, and I had like 3 different bets. I want to say I had Glover inside the distance, Glover money line, and I had like a 3-fight parlay that just needed Glover, and I would have paid out like $4,800, which was a lot for me. Like, I mean, it is a lot in general for me now. I don't bet that much, but I was fucking spazzing, bro. Like, I was losing my shit during that fight. Glover had him out, and he fucking, don't even get me started. Did Motta pop for roids? I don't remember that.
I was trying to Google it and I couldn't find anything concrete. There was a Carlos Motta who did, but that's not old. Nico.
Yeah. It was insane, bro. $60 for tickets? That's insane.
What?
I'd be going every weekend.
No shit.
Motta has 100% LFR. KO 471. Interesting. Those aren't stats I hear brought up a lot. I was so back and forth. We genuinely, bro, I was it was a roller coaster of emotions, bro. To then lose that bet, that was one of the hardest bet losses I've ever had. I've lost more. Like when Usman got knocked out to Leon, I actually never even went and did the math on how much money I lost in that, but it was 5 figures, which for me is a lot. Like I'm not one of these guys betting fucking I want a Lambo with my betting. So like 5 figures for me has only happened a couple times. That was a fucking huge loss. That was back when I was a parlay guy, and I had all my parlays were anchored with Usman, which worked out for me all his past fights on his title run. And then in that first Leon fight, and I did bet him again in the third Leon fight, RIP, to a much lesser amount. But that second Leon fight is my biggest loss in my betting life. An ungodly amount of money was lost that night, especially if you consider like what would have won based or comparison to what I lost. Because I had that was back when I did the pyramid, similar to how Safdie does. I had he was my top, and then I had my rung below, and my rung below, and my rung below, and I had 7 leg, 2 7 legs, a 5 leg, or probably 2 5 legs, a 7 leg, 4 leg, 2 3 leg. I mean, 5 6 parlays all riding on Usman. Just needed him to not die for a couple minutes. And yeah, the legend. Anyways, do any of you know the projected odds for Makhachev Sarukian? If anything is better than minus, I'd personally project him to be a minus 500 favorite. I don't think it's going to be that wide. I'm gonna have you. Is there a line available for that yet? I want to say it'd probably be minus 300.
Because they have, I think there might be a future line or something like that for it, but there's not an official because I think they're supposedly fighting in January, but I don't think it's been announced yet officially. So there's not an official line for that, but there's a future line, I think. I don't remember what it is. You can see it on Bet Online probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Islam's winning it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm leaning Islam. I wouldn't fucking want minus 500, but
it's safe. He's going to win. It's not even close. Islam's the best fighter on the planet right now. It's not even close.
I do think he is the best fighter in the world right now. Armin's, it's just stylistically, I think, it's hard to write Armin off, but I agree. I agree that Islam wins a solid 8 out of 10 times for me.
Yeah, people just think these fights are close when anybody has any semblance of success against Islam because Islam is so good that if somebody lands a single punch, they're like, oh my gosh, he did so good. And then you watch it back with a clear head and you're like, oh no, he got wrecked that whole fight. And he went 2 punches. It's yeah. I mean, he's so much better than these guys. Yeah.
Anything you do against them gets exaggerated.
Yeah. Yeah, like when Stipe landed a couple of punches, everybody was like, whoa, he had his moments. And it's I guess. Not really.
I'm the leader of the John Jones hate club, but he beat Dominic Reyes. And even if you don't think he did, the fight was close. People will be like, bro, robbery. It's dude, that fight was close as hell. When I watched it live, I thought Dom won too because I hate John Jones. And also, like you said, when somebody who's the best, when Derek Jeter makes an error, you say that guy fucking sucks. But when Tom Brady makes an incomplete pass, you say he's washed. Anytime the elite do anything wrong, you're like, oh, he sucks now. But come on, man. But,
yeah, you and my girlfriend both, the leaders of the John Jones hate club. Kendra's always just throwing random stuff out there about how stupid John Jones is. Yeah, it's great.
But I do admit his greatness at the end of the day.
He's good.
Saryukin has shit stand up and is smaller. He's definitely fucking he's taking his vitamins. I don't know how small he is, but frame wise, he's smaller than Islam. That's definitely true. Islam has a huge frame for 155. He barely squeaked by Oliveira, and Islam did. Yeah, that is actually, MMA math. But at the end of the day, Islam, I love Oliveira. I mean, I knew what was going to happen in that fight when it happened, and then it happened exactly how I figured it would. And he absolutely smoked Oliveira and made him look like he wasn't even in the same stratosphere. Meanwhile, you could argue Armin lost Oliveira.
That was the biggest bet I've ever cashed in my life was Islam over Oliveira because he was minus 190 or something like that. Yeah. And I just emptied the tank. Just everything, literally everything the books would let me put on it, I put on it. I don't even know how much I put on it in the end, but it was a ton. It was every book I could.
I switched to the Tom Brady mention because I actually went down a rabbit hole. I think it was that Baseball is Life channel, and he broke down why Derek Jeter is very overrated. And as I was saying that line about Derek Jeter, I was wondering if somebody in the chat was going to bring that up.
I don't even know who that is.
Apparently, he is extremely overrated if you look at his stats, but I don't know. Whatever. I used to be a big baseball guy, but I'm out the loop these days. So I'll
Who
take
does
your
Derek
word
guy
for it.
ever fight, huh? Just kidding.
Yeah, this Derek bum. He fought cans.
He's fought bums, man. Just bums.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we better move on, dude. It's been like
we
20
better
minutes
because
and
we
we
got
got through one
13
fight.
fights. Okay, we'll move on to the next fight. We do have Long Zhao taking on Kwang Lee. Let me preface all these names by saying, one, I'm going to get some of these wrong. Two, even though I think I just nailed those, not going to brag. Super easy ones. But number two, I don't know why I was holding up three. Number two, there's like 5 different pronunciations for some of these names on this card. Like, depending on which website you see, you're going to see different spellings, different pronunciations. It is what it is. But we'll move on to this next fight, man. Long Zhao taking on Kwang Lee. Baby Sharp, what do you think about this fight, man?
So this is one of the first fights that kind of got me really into this this card. Honestly, because I start from the bottom up when I'm building the betting companion, and so there was no betting companion this week because almost nobody had stats. But this one here, man, Lee, when he fought Chris Gutierrez, actually took Lee against Chris, and man, I thought like low key that could have gone his way, and then just kind of considering his experience in the UFC. With Chris and then all the LFA, I mean, I have no idea what the Wars thing was or the WLF that Zhao Long was a part of, but I do know he's like 26 and he's a submission phenom. But both being in China, I just got to roll with what I've seen with Kang Lee. So I'm just going to take him money line, which I'm not even sure what the odds are on him. But this is one of the fights where me personally, I'm not betting on it, but I do think this has potential to be quite an entertaining fight. But yeah, so honestly, just the money line for me, but I'm not even sure what he is. I'm trying to look on my side real quick.
Plus 130 is the best line I'm seeing. Okay.
Now he could definitely mess around and get subbed. But man, I don't know. I liked how he looked against Chris. I know he lost it, but he showed heart, man. And I just think that, I don't know, man. I got a feeling. And that's it on it. But personally, I haven't really bet him yet. I don't know if I'm going to. But I'll go his money line, just one unit.
Kwang Lee plus 130 on the money line, 1 unit. I will say before I pass this over to 138, my God, Stearns Lager, I really hate myself for not literally just logging into every one of my fucking betting accounts, going max bet, max bet, max bet on every single one of them. Like 30 seconds into the fight, I was literally like, what the, like typically I would only get that feeling on when I make a bad bet. Right. 30 seconds into that fight, I was like, Cody, you're a fucking idiot. Why did you not bet every dollar that the fucking bookies would take? And I didn't even get the best lines. I have friends that got them at minus 175. I got them at minus 10, and I put an unhealthy amount on there. And I didn't even credit myself for this. I didn't put it on. Well, obviously I couldn't like track it. And I didn't even, I just tweeted right before the fight. I let everybody know I was betting it before the line or after the line was even at its best. I didn't even tell people how much I put on that. I put down a healthy amount and it still was nowhere near enough. And I typically don't do that because at the end of the day, it's easy to say that after the fight happens. But my God, I was seconds into the fight. Like I should have bet more. The only reason I typically don't bet Jake Paul fights because I'm like, is this even a real fight? Maybe they have some shit cooked up just to rob the bettors blind. But like, so just that little bit of fear in me kept me from unloading my fucking bank account. But like, I did put a solid amount. And I mean, like 30 seconds in, I'm like, oh, this is the easiest bet of my life. I'm like, I wasn't even locked in. I was like, just give me my money. Like it was hilarious. But anyways, 138. What do you think about this next fight, man?
So I might be wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell me this. I think in Vietnamese the Q is pronounced like an H, so I think it's Wang, but I could be wrong. But
you might be right.
Yeah,
but,
that sounds right.
For me, I'm on the Zhao Long side as a pick ever so slightly. Fight goes to decision is probably juice to the gills. What is that at?
Let's see. Fight goes the distance. Minus 163 is the best line I'm seeing.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Give me 2 units on fight goes to decision.
2 units. Fight goes the decision.
These guys are both tough as nails. Zhao Long is just going to keep going. He's going to keep doing stuff constantly. And I think Wang Lai, I think it might be Lee. I think it's Lai. But either way, I'm not sure. I don't speak Vietnamese. But for Wang Lai, he's the type of guy that if he wasn't against Chris Gutierrez, I mean, in his debut, like on short notice, he probably would have done a lot better. So I believe that in a fight with a guy like Zhao Long, he can hang in there and then we get a decision. But I do think that the guy doing more is going to be Zhao Long. So, but I'm just going to play fight goes. I'm not mega confident in either side basically because I think they're both quality fighters. And I think both of them are tough enough to make it to decision, and knowing which way the scorecards are going to go that's anybody's guess at this point.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like where your head's at there. I think this does go to decision. Both guys are pretty tough. I think both guys are probably going to look to get some wrestling going. So, but neither are like crazy submission threats. They're submitting some lower level guys,
right,
but I don't think they're like going to come to the UFC and get a ton of submissions. The biggest danger there would probably be like a Lee or Lai. I mean, now you're blowing my mind. Was I saying Lee and it's not even Lee? But
I think it's Lai. Because I looked all these up and I like there's like what is it called? Like pronouncenames.com or something like that. I went there and like in Vietnamese, the Lai, the LE, the E is supposed to be pronounced like the IE from like Thai.
True. Well,
that's
he does have some power in his shots. What'd you say?
That's what they told me anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, we can blame them if we're wrong, but
Word.
Yeah, I do think Hung has some power in his shots, so maybe he could find the knockout, but I lean towards the decision. So I'm on the Lee Lai decision. I haven't bet it. I was thinking about taking the money line at plus 130 as a bet outside of here, but we'll see. I'm gonna let that line sit for a minute and take my time on that. But yeah, we can move on to the next one real quick. Tony says Quang Bang Lee season. Hey, maybe Hung Bang Lai season.
Wang Lai.
Is everyone here Wang gang? We are gonna get to that one, but I do think Wang is Wang. She bang. Well, we have she may on the class or on the card, so we do need she bang. But Wang gang, yeah, I think I'd love for her to get I'd love to see an upset. She kind of annoyed me during the last fight, but then again, it's probably good for the division to have some girl that's like talking some shit.
Love it.
Wearing the stupid Joker thing. I love it. Even though, you need to hit up my boy. Oh, wow. What's his name? Who did the Joker thing? Like, he got cut like 2 years ago. He fought DDP.
Oh, man.
Marcus Perez.
Yeah.
The GOAT. I used to love Marcus Perez, dude. He actually was putting some freaking hands on DDP until he got starched. I'm not going to lie. I bet Marcus Perez in that fight. And I was sitting there literally watching the first round like, I told y'all. Told me that bet was dumb. DDP sucks. And then fucking bing bong. I think he went for like a spinning back elbow and just got slept. Anyways.
It happens.
That was one of the bigger bets I've made ever in the type of fighting. It was such an easy cash for us on fight. It was an easy cash. I swear everybody is now like, I had $100 million on that fight. I'm like, how did we get minus 220 then? Because dear God, but
honestly, I didn't even bet it. I wish I did, but like, I felt too bad betting it, just being like, man, I don't want to support this in any way. I'm
Oh, I
out.
get it.
That's how I felt as soon as I
Yeah.
cashed it, because I had a boost from Bet365 where I could boost the Jake decision to plus 473, and I
Gee.
bet that. And man, honestly, I didn't feel good cashing that because it was like I just watched Mike Tyson sit down in the corner with snot rockets coming out. He's having a heart attack getting up, and I was like, I just bet on this.
Yeah.
Yep.
No Chill says I did like 40 units and feel like Jesus, bro. What is your
Hey,
unit?
good hit right there, though.
He said, "Yeah, my unit size 40 units. My unit's a penny." Say no, I'm kidding.
I don't even know a book that'll accept that. Lowest I've ever seen is $1.
No, yeah, I'm totally trolling, but that would be wild. That would be the way to do it. Like, yeah, I'm up 500 units this year, bro. Just
Yeah, if your unit's $1 though, like that's not too bad. Like,
no, honestly, hey, I'll say that, but honestly, I don't unit shame, bro. I don't care if your unit's $1. If you're up 50 fucking units, you're up 50 units. I don't care if it's $1 million or $1.
I measure my units in packets of ramen.
Hey,
there you go.
I love ramen. It's delicious. Let's make some serious money on Figgy this weekend. Hey, Stinky Doodoo, you might. We gonna see. We're gonna get to that one. He says, "Let's go, Figgy." Smash the like button. Hey, like Jake says, 12 to 6 elbow. Now that it's legal, that like button, and make sure you check out both these guys. Follow them on Twitter. Subscribe to their YouTube. All that good stuff. Paul by decision plus 300. I respect it. Well done.
Wow.
How much money should we drop on Figgy money line? Hey, we're going to get to that one. Me personally, I'll let you know now. I don't have any money on Figgy money line, but we will get to that breakdown and see if these guys, maybe they do. Speaking of which, let's move on to the next one. We got Loner Kavanaugh taking on Jose Ochoa. And we got 138 up next. What do you got on this one, man?
Oh boy, this is a good fight. Honestly, Ochoa makes me a little nervous. Like, I'm obviously I think Kavanaugh wins. Like, the dude impressed the heck out of me. But like, Ochoa has a couple things going for him. One being he's Peruvian, and Peruvians have built-in cardio because, I mean, Peru is just the whole country is just at massive altitude. Like, the whole country's like a mountain, essentially. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but not much. Like, the whole country is essentially in the mountains. Like, there's one place in Peru that it screws up with the viscosity. It screws the viscosity of your blood up because of the altitude that you're at. So if you live there, like, your blood viscosity gets like weird and like off balance or something. It gets crazy. Like, that's how high up that place is. So literally everybody from Peru is going to have great cardio. Like, it's just a thing. And then like, there's something about, like South American genes that just make you durable too. So like, there's that to worry about. Like, we saw Yontop eat literally everything from Mauricio at 309. Dude, that dude was eating shot. Like, I swear, you could have hit that guy in the head with a 2x4 and he'd have been fine. Like, that's a thing. Like, those Peruvians have super good chins and then amazing cardio. So Ochoa makes me nervous. But Kavanaugh looks so gosh darn good against Antoine Ho. And I was on the Ho side, which, I mean,
I was too.
Ho's so good too, but he didn't look it in that fight. Like, he's so good. Like, it sucks that those two had to fight because I think Antoine Ho beat pretty much anybody else.
You see that fight play out 10 times. It wouldn't have gone like that every time. Ho is very good. We're gonna see him in the
He's
UFC.
so good. Like, both of those guys could be ranked in the UFC. But either way, the fact that Kavanaugh was able to do that makes me think that he's probably gonna win this one. But and like also the way that he had been able to deal with adversity in his last regional fight before the Contender Series, I think he wins. I don't think the money line's worth it. I don't think he's going to get him out of there. So what do we got? What's fight goes to decision on this one? I had to talk myself into this. This is a tough one.
Fight goes to decision.
It's got to be plus money, right?
Plus 115.
Let's give me a unit on it. I think it goes. I think Ochoa is way too durable and is going to have great cardio. And I think Kavanaugh is going to be just a step ahead, which is going to keep him from like losing. I don't think he's just going to totally death gas. So I feel a decision's coming, and it's gonna be Kavanaugh.
1 unit.
Yeah, just fight goes. Yeah.
And hey, we are back in the new gloves, so
Hey, there you go.
know.
I was hitting
Probably
overs like crazy there for a bit, so I kind of like these gloves.
Yeah, but all right, I got you down 1 unit. Fight goes to decision plus 115. What about you, Baby Sharp? What do you got?
So that was going to be my side there. Just because honestly, dude, these guys, they remind me of each other a lot. And basically, like what 138 was saying, there's just something about Kavanaugh where he kind of has this like it factor. But dude, Ochoa, man, dude, he can swing, he can hit, he's accurate, and like he was saying, dude, they're just built different out that way. Like they're just thick skeletons or something. And though I think Loner does win this because there's, like I said, there's something special about him. Like watching him in Cage Warriors and shit like that. Like, dude, he was just making people just look like absolute rookies out there. And I couldn't find a whole lot on Jose, but what I did find, man, he just, like I said, he reminds me of Loner a lot. But I do think Loner wins it. But so I don't take the same bet as 138 there. I'll do the double chance, which on bet 365 is minus 200, which ain't a whole lot better. But I'll do 2 units on the double chance KO or decision for Loner or Loner.
Loner, KO, or decision?
Yeah.
And
Is it Loner or is it Loney? I've heard both.
Dude, it's another one of these. I thought it was Loner, and then all week this week I've been hearing like Lone and weird shit. I'm like, God damn it! I thought it was.
Dude, I don't know. This one threw me off because I thought I don't know.
He was supposed to be one of the only easy names to pronounce on the card, and he blew it. But the R is silent. Lone.
I think it's Loney, isn't it?
Loney.
That's how I pronounce it in my video.
I'll go with you. You're probably. I'm not. I have a reputation for not being the best at pronunciation. So
I always look these up because I do think it helps me with the international fan base. They really like you if you pronounce their fighters' names correctly. Like, especially when it's like an obscure country and they're like, oh, you got his name right. I'm like, yeah, I just did my best, I guess.
No big deal.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yep. That's what I do.
If they're Brazilian, you're like,
I can usually get those.
Shout out to Dan. But no, Loner, KO, or decision. You said minus 200, right?
Yeah. Bet
How many units on that?
2.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. There's a couple dogs on this card that I think the line's a little wide, and I had to just take a shot on this one, man. I like Kavanaugh, and he burned me once. Maybe he'll burn me again. I still think Antoine Ho is freaking pretty damn legit. But
so
hey, they brawled. It was like a minute in, not even that, and he got slept. I think Kavanaugh's good, but I think Ochoa's dangerous, bro. This guy's got a nasty clinch, and Kavanaugh, he's going to probably want to mix in the grappling, but he doesn't really like shoot just singles and doubles a ton on the outside. He's going to want to put Ochoa up against the cage, which is dangerous to initiate a clinch against a guy like who's got nasty Muay Thai like Ochoa. Ochoa's got
his knees are deadly.
Yeah, I was just about to say he'll get you in the clinch, start throwing those knees and elbows, and I could see him catching Kavanaugh and hurting him. So at plus 295, actually plus 290 is what I bet him at. I had to go ahead and take a shot. The pick gun to my head, I can't make a hot take. I'll pick Kavanaugh, but I just think he should be like minus 170, minus 200 maybe.
Yeah, honestly, damn near just like a minus 120. Like, this is almost a pick 'em to me, really. Like, damn near, this is a close fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, I get it. I actually do. I think both these guys are good, dude. I really do. We've had a lot of like sketchy contender series guys coming in off this last season that I don't think are going to belong. These are not. Well, these guys obviously. Ochoa was supposed to be on the contender series, and then I think his opponent pulled out, and then now they're just putting him right in. But obviously Kavanaugh was contender series, and these are two guys that I think are going to fit in well in the UFC. I think they're both legit, dangerous, well-rounded. So the pick is Kavanaugh. I just think the line's wide. So I like Ochoa on the money line, but Kavanaugh is good, so I'm not doubting him. But we can move on. What do we got here in the chat? Did y'all see Khabib and McGregor will be in the same arena for? So I know that they're doing Paul Hughes versus Umar, but did they actually confirm that Khabib and McGregor are going to be there? Like, are they both going to be in the corner or whatever?
I'm sure they will. It'll be great. I hope a brawl breaks out. Khabib can smash him
Just
again.
me or 138? Is your camera frozen right now?
I think it's just you, right? No?
Is it? Hold on. Let me remove you and then put you back.
Am I good?
Maybe it was just me.
Maybe.
Was it? Okay. You're good now.
I was just holding really still.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was. DK making plays. What's up, dude? Scorpion says he dropped 30 units on Wang Kong first round sub.
Oh,
Speaking
Jesus.
of Wang Kong, did you know she beat Valentina? Okay, now I know you're trolling me. I said in my video, get ready to hear that 50 times all week. But hey, it is something to be worth mentioned. 30 units first round sub. Don't bother with him, Dada. He's a troll. Fuck you, Scorpion.
Until it hits.
If it hits, I'm gonna need to. If it hits, let me hold 10, fam.
Serious.
Yeah, shit.
Let me hold a 10er if that hits, fam. Good wrestling, Jim. Hey, I respect it. The R is silent. Let's fucking go, Sharp. By the way, Sharp, you're going against Hunter Razul in the Tapology tournament. Baby Shark.
Let's go. Hey, shout out you see us in DK. Good to see you guys in here, man. Let's go.
Yeah, appreciate y'all stopping by. We can move on though. We'll move on to this next fight. We got another a banger fight here. We got Carlos Hernandez taking on Nayam Jargle, Tumen Dembero. I think I just fucking killed that.
That was sick, dude.
Nayam Jargle, Tumen Dembero. I think that's right.
That was flawless.
I think that's pretty solid. 138, our episode pronunciation.
I think that's pretty much how I was thinking it. Yeah, I mean, I looked that one up as well, and that sounds at least close enough that it would pass my ear test. I think I was good.
Sweet. Nayam Jargle.
The first name is hard to really, because I still don't know that I actually have a good way to pronounce the first. Nayam Jargle is like, I feel like that can't be right.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm like, there's no way he's Chinese with Jargle. Or no, wait, where's
he's Mongolian?
Yeah, Mongolian with Jargle in his
China,
name.
but...
It's probably something else, but I'm going with Nayam Jargle. Okay,
yeah, there you go.
That's the best I got.
It's close.
But
yeah,
we are
back great.
We're back to you, Sharp. What do you think about this one, man?
So, man, this is one here, dude, where basically how you're feeling on the last fight is me here. I just call him Tumen for short because we can't fuck that up. But so Tumen here, man, he's aggressive. And honestly, just kind of looking at where he comes from, his family, for literally 1,000+ years has been nomadic herders. And it's just, there's something different in that kind of DNA. I know Carlos is like this, multi-time champion. Hell, I actually still have the notes on him for anybody interested. Let me see if I have it here. Yeah, so Carlos is a 3-time UMMAF national champion, 2014 IMMAF world champion, kickboxing Pan Am American silver medalist, and the TBA Muay Thai champion, and has 2 regional MMA titles. So, I mean, he's solid as shit, and he could definitely win this. Carlos can. But, man, I just don't think he's aggressive enough. And I just think Tumen is going to have the aggression here. And this is kind of like you were saying, 138. This isn't exactly in his backyard, but it's kind of close. You know what I'm saying? So, more or less, this is a hometown fight for him. And though the finesse is really on the Carlos side, I just think the heart and drive is on the Tumen side. So, I've got my money on Tumen, just the money line, 1 unit on him.
So I got a question about the backyard thing, because did China and Mongolia bury the hatchet or what? Because China built that Great Wall to keep the Mongolians out, didn't they? Wasn't that a thing?
Fuck you, Mongolian! That's all I think about. Poor Mongolia, because that's all I think about if I hear that fucking country.
Yeah, maybe the Chinese judges are like, dude, screw this Mongolian here. If there's still beef there, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Mongolian. No,
okay. Could be, dude.
The shitty wall. Yeah.
Well, welcome to shitty
Anyone
wall.
that has not seen South Park is these assholes right now.
They seriously, they probably, if you're from Mongolia, you hate South Park.
Probably.
Even though they are kind of badass on that
100%.
show.
Right.
They are kind of badass. It's more like the Koreans who probably hate South Park.
Yep.
Dear God. But okay, hold up. Wait, no, you took Tumen Barrel. You're just taking his money line, right?
Yeah. Just 1 unit on his money line.
What do we got? Plus 163? Is that Plus 163. 1 unit. What about you? 138. What do you got on this one, man?
Going the opposite. Give me Carlos. Let me get him for let me get him for 2 units. I think Carlos is the better fighter, and I think that I think he's going to be able to capitalize on the spots where Tumen Barrel is leaving himself open. He overswings on shots, and I think there's going to be times where he looks silly. So, and then he keeps fights closer than he should with guys that he shouldn't from what I've seen. So, yeah, Carlos, taking it for 2 units.
It's so weird. This line's all over the place because
he opened at like plus 130 something.
Well, the weird thing is he's like minus 190 on most books, but on FanDuel, it's still there. Minus 156.
That's not real. If you actually log into FanDuel, it's not there. Somebody did this earlier. It was gosh. Okay, so I listen to like everybody's breakdowns because like when I'm doing my day job, I'm just like doing just random stuff and I have headphones on all day pretty much. Yeah. Somebody that I was listening to today that it was like a live stream or something. Maybe it was last night, but they said that line isn't accurate on there and it's actually like closer to what everybody else has.
Okay, that makes sense because I was like, that can't be right. Like,
it might have been Pegasus Picks that did it. I don't know. I think it was somebody.
I don't use FanDuel often. Like
I don't even have an account.
It's rare that I use that. I still have an account, but I don't keep much money in that book, so I don't use it often. And I wasn't gonna bet that fight, so I didn't look into it. But I was like, man, that's weird because typically, they kind of fall in line with the other books. But
I shouldn't have said anything because I could have got that sick line. I should just kept my mouth shut.
Yep, 156. I'm like, that math does not math.
Yeah, definitely 156. Yeah, I didn't say anything actually. I'm just kidding. I gotta play it fair, I guess.
I got you down for 2 units, minus 180. And I lean Hernandez. It's just tough to be super confident because he is a guy who's fought so close and kind of in the similar situation like the Motta. It's like, do I really want to lay chalk on a guy? At least with Motta, I'm getting a plus money, but with I was tempted all week to bet Carlos just because I do think Naim Jargle, he's a little wild. He's a little just like fucking, I mean, not a little. He's just a straight up. We need to take a Ricci Lang's nickname, give it to this guy. This dude's the Mongolian. What is he? The Mongolian murderer or something?
Yeah.
Ricci Lang? Yeah. That should be this guy. Because, bro, Tumen Barrel literally comes out and just fucking goes. It looks like a movie when he fights. Like he just throwing meat hooks. He lands a good punch and he just dives on their back, no hooks, trying to rear naked choke guys.
He's incredibly submission over position, like to the T.
Bro, he did some shit that if I would have watched one of my white belts in jiu-jitsu do, it ended up working out, but he literally dove on some dude's back, no hooks, and was just like, fucking get over here, little bro. I'm gonna choke your little shit out. You're a bitch. Like he basically just said, fucking come here, little bro. I'm gonna choke your ass. He takes
Spazzy white
out.
belt to the next level.
I was just like, damn. I was sitting there thinking, this dude sucks. And then he chokes him out. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. I guess fucking fuck me. Jiu-jitsu's fake. But we need a draw. Yo, we are due a draw. There hasn't been a draw all year. It's insane.
Really?
Not a single draw? Not one draw. It's due.
Something worth noting.
Yeah, it's due. The
All right,
books
I
are
would
going
like to put a unit on the draw for every. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, first person that hits that gonna just be fucking up ridiculous units.
Wow. I mean, not that much, isn't it? Like plus 6,600 or something usually.
I've seen some different ones. It was a couple books ago, or a couple Wager Wars episodes ago. I think Chad bet one. It was like 80-1.
Oh, sick.
But
yeah, I'd bet that.
Scorpion says a Ricci Lang being the Mongolian murderer is Paul Felder being the Irish dragon. I mean, that one's worse because Paul Felder's literally not Irish. When I found that out, I learned that my life was a lie.
Dude, how about Paul Craig isn't Jewish? That was like, what the fuck? He's the bear Jew, but he's not Jewish.
He's a bear Jew.
What?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means. What bear Jew means? I don't know.
It came from Inglorious Bastards. Have you ever heard of that movie?
I was like, I thought that's what it came from, but I was like, maybe it's something else.
I wanted to like that movie, but I didn't realize I was just gonna have to read the whole movie. I was like, man, I'm just spending my whole time reading, so I just I turned it off. I was like, man, I'm sure this is a great movie, but if I wanted to read, I would have got a book.
That is a good movie, dude. You're sleeping on it.
It is.
I just need it dubbed like they did those old Godzilla movies.
See, I'm used to it. I watch a lot of like Korean horror movies.
That's hilarious.
My 4-year-old loves Godzilla, and we're watching like all of the Godzillas, right? Did you know Don Fry plays in some of the 80s Japanese Godzillas?
I did not know that.
I did not.
It is funny as shit seeing him there with his big ass mustache trying to talk Japanese.
I've probably seen this too. And I just didn't recognize it when I was a kid.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the shit?
That's awesome.
That's funny as hell. Don, I saw him at an event one time, but I didn't want to go bother him. But I did get to meet and talk to Dan Severn, and he reffed a super fight that I had. He was
nice.
He was the fucking ref. Guy, I have a picture of him holding up my hand, and then then I went and ate a couple hot dogs with him. Had a slice of pizza and a hot dog with fucking Dan Severn. And he was like,
that's a good one.
I like your style, kid. I was like, this is the fucking
thanks, mister.
Yeah, I was
this is the greatest day of my life.
I was like, be cool, be cool, be cool. Be cool.
Yeah.
Act badass. But
let's go chop some wood or something.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back to the farm. Nah, seriously, he was saying the most manly shit to me and my teammates, though. He was like, yeah, I used to like fighting at heavyweight because, the bigger they are, the more mentally weak they were. And a lot of times, the least skilled they were. So I could just go in there, fight 2 of them a weekend, make them quit. I was like, Jesus, bro. Making me feel like a pussy right now. He's
kind of got a point, though.
He was like,
that's back when you could fight like that. When you could fight 2-3 times a weekend. You could fight Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you wanted to.
Legit. He was explaining to me why he fought at heavyweight. Just like, those guys sucked a lot worse than the light heavyweights. And, most of these, promotions didn't even have weight classes. So I just fight the biggest guy, and they'd always suck. The smaller guys are much better. I was like, I actually respect that honesty there. He was like, heavyweights sucked worse. So I'd have an easier time beating up the big sloppy heavyweights. I was like, you know what? I respect that. But
that's true.
All right, we can move on to this next one. We are at Zhao Feng. And now I've seen that pronounced and spelled a bunch of different ways, but I'll go off Tapology. I believe it's Zhao Feng taking on Ming Shi. We are at Baby Sharp to lead this one off, man. What do you think about this one?
So honestly, man, this is one where I'm kind of looking at this whole fight just from a macro thing. So you got 2 Chinese fighters. They're used to fighting in the Asian market, so you can kind of compare them apples to apples, just from my perspective. So I'm just got to go with the one who's got the 7-inch reach advantage, a 5-inch height advantage, and gets more finishes. And that's Feng Zhao Can. We'll just say Feng. But I think she's the favorite. Yeah, she's the favorite. But honestly, dude, she got some hands. I looked at some just some clips of her, just some clips of both of these really. And Feng low key, man, she's got some solid hands. But thinking of the new gloves as well, I just think this goes a decision. Depending on what Feng's money line is, I might play a prop on that. But Feng is the pick. Let me get over there real quick.
Her money line is pretty wide. She is minus 415, 400 actually.
Jeez. What's the I'm trying to pull it up on mine now. Shit's slow. What's the double chance for her? Just knockout or submit or knockout or decision.
I just slapped my mic, so sorry to anybody who heard that. But knockout or decision. Feng wins by KO or decision. Oh my god. Minus 350.
Damn.
It's a little better.
Dear Lord.
No shit. Damn, I'm about to take like a striking prop on this. I mean, that's about the best there's going to be on it, I guess. So let me get Feng by the double chance again. That hits, honestly. So we'll go 2.5. We'll bring a decimal into the mix. Let's go.
Cool. All right. 2.5 units on the double chance for Feng. Minus 350 for 2.5 units. All right. 138. What do you got on this one, man?
I got so much hate for this. Everybody's telling me how stupid I am, and maybe I am. But give me Ximing. I think she's going to just outwork her. I think she does more. And I'll take a unit on her money line. I think she not only have I been underwhelmed by Zhao Chen, if I'm who cares? Ximing has impressed me on her road to UFC run thus far. She's been a massive underdog in every single fight, which was only 2 fights, but still massive underdog, and then comes through. The girl, she has a taekwondo background and a catch wrestling background. And if you know anything about catch wrestling, it is, kind of like the obscure cousin of jiu-jitsu. I could see her getting the fight to the mat. We've seen Xiao Chen have trouble with fighters that can get her to the mat. Her volume drops off severely once she's been taken down and then has to worry about it. So yeah, Ximing, give me a unit on her.
Wow.
And if I'm wrong, whatever. I'll take the hate that I get in the comments. I've already gotten so much. People
You can't really hate on somebody for taking a road to the UFC unranked, low-level women's MMA underdog at plus 300. Anybody who hates on that hasn't been doing MMA gambling for long.
Dude, I've gotten people are acting like the fight's already happened and I'm already wrong. But I'm like, guys, she is the more active of the two fighters. She's putting out more output.
Hey, I'd be happy if I was you though. Those are the ones that hit. The ones,
I hope so.
The underdogs where people are like, "You're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
He doesn't have a chance." Those are the ones that hit. It's the underdogs where I bet them, and everyone in the comments is like, "Oh, that's a lock, bro. That's hitting." Those ones never hit.
Yep.
I knew Jose Aldo, even though he got robbed, I knew he was losing that goddamn fight when I bet him a month before the fight. And then when it came around to fight week, everybody was on him as their underdog of the week. And I was like, there's not a chance in hell he's winning now. It's been
even though he did, but he didn't.
He did win, and the MMA gods still couldn't allow it to happen.
Nope. But yeah, I mean, I'll take Ximing at +3, whatever the heck she is now. So shoot.
Yeah. No, I do think Feng should win, and she's, much bigger, and both these girls like to grapple, and she's probably going to be the one that gets on top, and she's that the much taller, longer, bigger girl, probably going to be able to jab her up. But at the end of the day, it is a low-level, unranked women's MMA road to the UFC fight, so I can never hate a 3-1 underdog. These road to the UFC fighters are just – Asakura is pretty good. He's not a world beater. We were talking about Carlos Hernandez being 2-3 earlier, or whatever his record is. Now, this guy barely – Asakura is probably the best guy to come off road to the UFC. And
Asakura?
You mean
the guy that's fighting for the championship at 310?
No, wait, not Asakura. Who's the guy who just beat Carlos Hernandez?
Oh, Ray Saruya?
Yeah, Ray Saruya, not Asakura.
Dude, that guy's legit. He's really good.
He is good, but come on, bro. You had your hands full with Carlos Hernandez.
Carlos Hernandez is good.
I think Carlos Hernandez is good. That's why I
keep feeding him to killers, dude. Look at his level of competition.
And we're in agreement there. That's why I think Carlos Hernandez should win that fight. He should be the favorite. I think he's better than people give credit to. It's just at the end of the day, that's the best guy to come off this show.
If you think he's better than Rinya Nakamura, then yeah.
Yeah, I guess I need to see more. That Nakamura fight was kind of like a freak show meme, so it's kind of hard to know how good he really is. Who did he fight?
I mean, he's fought quite a bunch of people now.
No, but who did he just fight in the UFC?
His last fight? Gosh, who was his last fight?
I got to look that up if you don't know.
I remember his most recent one.
How do I spell his name?
Nakamura. And then Rinya.
Because I got to know for my own. He fought leg lock, dude. Carlos Vera.
Yeah, there it is.
That was his.
Yeah.
He fought bum ass Fernie. Okay, actually, no. Let me stop. I like Fernie, but I didn't stop being fucking. I actually really Fernie's a cool dude, but he beat Fernie and then he beat Carlos Vera. Carlos Vera actually trains locally.
Everybody's saying like he should have finished Vera, but Vera's hard to finish on the mat because like you can't make any space to try to ground and pound because he's throwing up submissions like crazy. So you have to kind of be controlled.
You got to knock him out on the feet, or you're not finishing him. You're not.
And
you're dumb if you try to sell out for a finish on the mat with Vera.
And Nakamura is the type of guy that needs to grapple. I mean, he's like a world caliber wrestler. Like didn't the dude go to the Olympics?
I think he did. He represented Japan.
Yeah. So I mean, like people were like giving him a hard time, and I was like, guys, like it's just the style matchup. You can't really just posture up and ground and pound. And Nakamura's submissions are very wrestling centric submissions. So like the toolbox is small, but he has great positional control. He's going to get you to the mat. So like he's good. He's really good. And he's still super young. So like there's a bunch of prospects coming out of Japan right now that are really top level guys. And I don't know what it is about the MMA fan base, but they just like, if they see like an Asian prospect, they think they suck no matter what. And it's super weird because that didn't used to be the case. But like,
I'm not going to lie. I get flack for that, for fading the Asians, but it works.
It worked for a while.
I don't fade them because they're Asian. It just happens to be that they're Asian. But I've been getting comments this year a lot like, you always pick against the Asian guys, but then they always lose.
It's like, not true.
No, just the ones I bet. Like,
okay.
Like, what were some recent ones? Like Kazuma. I was heavy
Toshiomi Kazama? Dude, that guy just catch a big bet for me as an underdog. When everybody thought Charalampos Gregorio is this world beater that's going to knock him out.
Like, there was another one that also won. There was another one. So there was that guy, and there was another Asian who defied that recently. But even though that fight was an absolute meme, Charalampos is so fucking, oh my God.
Dude, everybody, that was another one, much like the Shi Ming fight, where everybody's like, you're so dumb. There's no way that Kazama's going to win this fight. He sucks. He's got no chin.
You picked him on this show.
Yeah.
Dude, you bet him and picked him on this show, actually.
Yeah, I bet him in real life. I bet him in the like, dude, like I told everybody, like, Gregorio's not that good. He went life or death with Chad and Hilliger. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then he lost. Did you see what Cody Gibson did to Chad and Hilliger?
Made him look like
Get out of here with that nonsense. People, Charalampos was like a minus 300 something favorite, and people were giving me shit for picking the other side. Like, get out of here, guys. It's okay if I got to pick wrong, that's fine. You know, whatever. Or if like, even if I get to pick right, if you're not coming at me in the comments, whatever. But like, if you're coming at me in the comments over like saying how dumb it is that I picked a guy that was like a almost plus 300 underdog, and he pulls it off, I'm gonna give you some flack for it.
Oh yeah, you gotta get flack for that.
All right, but we've been rambling. Let's move on.
Yeah, no, we have. It's mostly me. But you could have trained with him in Michigan. He has a facility out of one of his brothers that trained there. Who are you talking about there?
Severn, probably. It's early 2000s.
Yeah. Okay.
Had to have been.
Yeah. I think he lives around here because I've seen him at some shows before that. It was just the first time that he reffed me. But I don't know which dumb bet you're talking about, but the Don Dada. Hey, yeah, it really is. The public underdogs never hit. The Wong Dong Song parlay sounds great. I think that's sarcasm because he says both are garbage cans. I wouldn't say Wong is a garbage can. She seems legit.
She's legit.
Song, I mean, he's in the UFC. Nobody in the UFC is a garbage can, but, you know, respectfully, I don't think he's the greatest.
Like, every now and then there's a garbage can in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like Mike Jackson was in the UFC.
Oh, my God. I don't feel bad about that one because Mike Jackson's a fucking...
He's such a loser.
He just... I took so much pleasure out of watching Pete, whatever the hell his name is, fucking knock his head off his shoulders. My God.
That time he got spinning back dick kicked.
Who was the guy who fought in the last one that he literally like got folded like this? He was like... Dude was literally like a meme. He looked like that that meme that where Batman throws the guy and
Yep.
he's just like he all
Yeah,
folded
dude.
up against the cage as he belongs. But anyways,
Moving on.
we can move on. Kiro Sahota taking on I just butchered that. Dong Hoon Choi. We are back to 138, man. What do you think about this one?
Yeah. Other than the reach, I like Choi here quite a bit. I feel like there's a couple of issues. The biggest issue is the reach, honestly. If he can close the distance, he's fine. I think he's the better fighter overall, and he cracks hard. And he's durable. So what I see happening is something I noticed for Sahota is that when he throws his cross, he drops his lead hand way down. Like he already keeps his hands kind of low because he's tall, but he puts that sucker down past his waist. So something we saw in the Road to UFC, Choi is able to land that lead counter hook when guys throw at him because he'll eat the shot and still throw the hook. I think he does that here. Tempted to play the knockout, but realistically, I'm just going to play his money line. It's like pick 'em last I saw. Give me a unit on Choi.
And let me see what the line is on that. It's about dead even. I think I see a minus 105.
Let's go.
Yeah, minus 105. Yeah, it's funny you say that, though. On my breakdown, I specifically mentioned that when he throws his punches, his hands are like at his waist. I don't just mean
they're
like,
not even in the picture.
Yeah, I don't mean like people get that mixed up. Like I hate when people who don't train will be like, oh, Conor McGregor fights with his hands down. It's like, I don't even know where to begin. Different. It's like, it's just a different style. Like there's pros and cons. That's completely different than when you're in the middle of an exchange. You're in the fire. You're in a fucking punch exchange. And I'm throwing punches like this. Mm-hmm. Like when even Conor, when he's in the pocket and he's throwing a punch, his other hand's up here. He's not like, well, just fucking throwing. But so it's just like a green move that's just completely different from people mix that up with like Wonder Boy because he's not fighting like this. Like you can fight with your hands down. It's just in the exchanges, you need to still block punches. The fuck?
And some don't.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I do agree with you though. I'm on Choi, but this is a super close fight. What do you think about this one, Baby Sharp?
So honestly, man, that's kind of where I'm at on it. Is I think Choi gets in there. He's able to close that distance and just kind of make it his fight. I'm high on both him and the next guy from Korea as well. But Sahota, man, he has his moments, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, man, that's kind of the read there. His hands just aren't in the right places at the right times. And I just think that even though Choi, he's got a substantial reach disadvantage, I don't think it's going to be an issue for him here. But I will take his double chance to KO or decision on Choi.
Okay, so I'm rooting for a sub.
Should still be plus money.
I'm guaranteed it is.
Yeah, it definitely has to be plus money. Let's see. Choi. Oh my God, plus 100.
Oh wow, it's not even worth it. At minus 105 or plus 100.
Nice
hey,
shit.
if I was you, I'd be like, yeah, take it.
Yeah, take it, dude, please, just in case.
Can we have the same bet?
Yeah. No, you can have the same bet. There's nothing wrong with that. You should have saw last week, bro. Last week it was crazy.
Dude, that was hilarious.
Everybody was agreeing last week, bro. It was insane.
Okay, got you. True. Well, then in that case, then let me just do his money line because hell.
Seriously.
Are y'all both doing one unit?
5 points. Yeah.
I am.
138's like, yeah.
I'll do the 1.5 on it to round that up there.
There you go. He's going with the 1.5. That's fair.
1.5 and then 1 for you. 138.
Yeah. I might have to reallocate at the end, but for now, 1.
Yeah, it's cool.
I have no idea how much I've used so far. So
looks like we're all on Choi. I'm not super confident because I do think Sahota could potentially style on him a little bit on the outside, but I do think Choi's his countering ability is pretty sharp. I just think he's the more technical defensively sound guy, and he should be able to land the better shots. But, Sahota's, he's no chump. I think this is a pretty solid fight. I think both guys – I think Choi, even though he's a little smaller for the division in the UFC, I think he has the higher upside. I think Sahota's probably going to get starched at some point. Like, that size ends up working against you. Actually, you know what? Choi's really not small. It's just Sahota's huge.
Exactly. He's like 5'11" at flyweight.
Yeah, for real, Choi's actually pretty normal size for a 125er.
He's almost big. Isn't he like, what,
5'8"
or something?
He is jacked.
Yeah. He's like 5'7" or something like that, but either way.
Yeah, I think he's listed at like 5'6", but still he's like, he's listed at 5'5", but he's jacked. Like he's pretty jacked.
Thick.
So no, I take that back. He's not small. Sahata's just big.
Huge.
Yeah, but we can close out the circle jerk with Choi. We can move on to Su Young Yu taking on Baojian. I can't remember how to say his
I think it's Balgin.
Balgin. Jenisuly.
Last name's hard for me on that one. I screwed
I
that
don't
one
know
up a
that
million times.
Sharp, you can take us away, man. What do you think about this one?
So again, I got the old double up on the Koreans here, the South Koreans. I just think he's got this grappling game that's pretty effective, and honestly, I could see him getting a submission victory here. Honestly, man, this fight could go either way because both of these guys are honestly submission wizards. But I like the South Koreans on this card, both of them. So I'll go, unless his money line's too crazy, because honestly, man, like there's not a whole lot on these mid fights here for Road to UFC. For me, to be honest, would just give it like a $100 for you right there. But I do think Yu takes this, and I am on both those South Koreans here. But nothing too crazy other than I just think Yu's going to have the higher grappling side, and it'll just use it to his advantage. Don't know what his money line is. Looking
it's
at
like minus 140 something last I saw, but I don't like 147 or something like
that. Yeah.
It's funny because my torch is green and my bong's like green, some of it. So it just looked like I was heating up nothing.
Nice. Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
I just figured you were heating up a spoon.
No. That was the longest we've got into a Wager Wars episode without. Oh, wow. I just realized you're talking about like fucking I'm heating up. I'm about to fucking tie off and shit. My bad.
He's hell yeah.
People are like, man, I've been watching this channel for 5 years, but I didn't know he was a fucking heroin addict. I'm out of here. Yeah, had to unsubscribe. But
I feel it. Let's go, dude.
No. Okay, hold up. So you took the U. What's the line on that?
Minus 150 over here on Bet365 right now.
Damn, that's actually gotten a little bit more wide, hasn't it?
Yeah, people are playing the correct side.
Not too much, but yeah, minus 150. Minus 150 for you. You said how many units?
Man, we'll do 1.5 to bring back the 1.
Nice. Okay. 138. What do you got on this one, man?
Yeah, so the jiu-jitsu, actually, his level of competition has it's pretty good. Like the guys coming in on Road to UFC often don't have the best level of competition. Dude, Yu has some good competition. And I've got to be honest, that like throw to back take, I put it up on Twitter that I posted the other day, was like the sickest thing I think I've ever seen. It was from one of his Road to UFC fights. I can't remember which one off the top of my head now. I gotta take Yu as well. I'm gonna take his money line. We'll go the same, but I'll go 2 units. I feel like he's just gonna be better. The only thing I could give the other side, that Balgin, would be the power. I would say I'd give him a little power edge, but otherwise I think Yu's better everywhere. So we're gonna go with Yu.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is probably my least confident fight on the whole card. I mean, dude, I guess gun to my head, I'd have to go with the underdog just because I think he might have the better overall, more weapons on the feet, like a little bit better striking. I do think it's two grapplers, and Yu's probably the better grappler. So I get why he's the favorite. I just think if they were to strike for long periods of time, I probably like Jenisuly's striking a little bit better, but not by much. But the thing I do like about you is, I mean, the motherfucker's nickname's Jiu-Jitsu. He knows what he wants to do. Like, he's not going to come out here and just strike. He's going to come out here and shoot takedowns immediately. So I do love to bet guys like that. So, like, I'd much rather a guy be one-dimensional, but know what the fuck his dimension is and get to it than these guys who want to be good at everything. And they're like, oh, I'm just going to strike this time. Like, sometimes you got to do what got you to the dance. And I do like that about you, which is why I will not be betting this fight. Also, just, I don't know, like you said, I like some spots early on the card. I like some spots late in the card. These road to the UFC fights, it's not that I don't think they're good. I need to see some more. Like, I need to see, like you said, a lot of times the competition's not great. I want to see a little bit more. Yeah, I actually think I think both these guys have potential. I do think you out of all the skills, he's the best out of any. Like, his grappling is the best skill that either possess. So I can understand why you'd be on his side if they grapple, which they probably will. He's probably the better grappler. I'm not confident in this one, man. I'm going to lay off of it, but yeah, no. Looks like both of you guys are on you. Minus 150, 2 units for 138, 1.5 for you, Sharp. You minus 150.
Did you see that thing I posted though? That like throw to back take.
I don't think I did. Let me check that out.
Where you go? There I am. It was sick. It was absolutely insane.
What up, Rain? How you doing, dude? What up, Showtime over there on the Twitch side of things? What up? What up? Yeah, this probably is going to be a grappling match, man. And I do think that road to the UFC is exactly what that Asian region needs. Like, it's just good. Tournaments are fun. People like them. They get behind it. It gives you something to, like, gives you some, like, a good little highlight. Like, the person who wins all these divisions is going to have something to hang their hat on for their whole career. Like, it's pretty badass. And, like, the UFC has something to sell them with. So I like it. And like we talked about earlier, like, you got a girl like she on this who 138 thinks is going to win. She was one of the biggest, like, she was supposed to kind of she was supposed to be cannon fodder, realistically. They were like
supposed to lose both of those fights already.
Yeah. She was the underdog in both those fights, and I think one of them was, like, pretty wide.
Like,
Wasn't
plus
she, like,
360 or something?
What was it?
I don't know. There might have been another one there was more, but, like, I remember one of them was, like, plus 360 something.
Maybe that's the one I'm talking about. But, yeah, I remember maybe it was plus 500 it got bet down, but I thought I remembered she was, like, plus 500 at some point on one of those two fights. But anyways, I think even this Sahota Choi fight, the dude that Choi fought, it was a split decision. Some people thought he lost that fight. This Angad Bisht. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's pretty good, dude.
And he had a good first round, but that's what people are thinking about is the first round because he dropped him.
Yeah. Even though that guy's 10-3, now 10-4, I thought that dude was legit. I thought he was. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna kind of whoop his ass.
He was the favorite to win the tournament, I think.
Was he really? Yeah.
I believe so.
When I was watching that fight, I was like, this dude's probably gonna win the tournament. And then, obviously
he hits hard
like that. But yeah, we can move on to this next one, man. We got a fun fight, dude. A really fun fight for as long as it's gonna last. That is, we got Ozzy Diaz taking on Mingyang Zhang. Zhang coming off that fucking starching my boy Brinson Roberto, who just got a dub a couple weeks ago. But we are back to Baby Sharp. What do you think about this one, man?
So, dude, I'm actually looking forward to this fight a lot. Guaranteed we get a knockout on this one. More than likely.
Don't you jinx us, bro. We got new gloves. Don't you jinx us. Nah, it's funny. I said the same thing on my video, though. I was like, dude, if we don't get a knockout here, like, Dana, wrap it up.
No
Burn
shit. They need
those
to burn
gloves.
the
I will
gloves
pay
right
for the old
now.
gloves.
No shit. But now I will say though, so factoring in that it is the new gloves, I think Zhang gets it done in round 2 instead of a round 1 knockout like he's done basically his entire career. But I don't know if I'll be bold enough to bet the round 2 specifically on the Wager Wars show this evening. But I will take his knockout prop. Zhang there, because dude, he's just got hands, and I'll give it to Ozzy for being able to go to round 2 with Pfeiffer. He can take a few lickings. So if he can at least just stay there for a little bit, man, I think it at least gets to round 2. Honestly, I mean, I think that's where it's going. I think dude will get his first round 2 knockout, but I'll just take Zhang by knockout. Nothing crazy here. I think Diaz is like 35 or some shit like that, 34, 35. Yeah, dude, I just think he's just going to get starched, man. It's just about what round. That's really the bet here, in my opinion.
Is it Mick Maynard or Sean Shelby that loves this guy? I can't remember. I
think
it's
it's Mick.
Maynard.
Yeah, I've heard it's Mick for some reason. Just loves
Ozzy.
I'm not even sure why, dude.
I mean, I know why. It's because he has 11 fights and all of them went to where it finishes. And bro literally just comes out and goes, all right.
Dude, there's been one decision between these guys.
Yeah,
one.
It was Zhang.
Yeah, and he lost.
Yeah. My boy Ozzy Diaz says, game plan, schmam plan, bro. I'm going to go put these on people's temples and someone's going to sleep.
Facts.
I remember people were like, it was a conspiracy. I just remember last time. Who did he fight last? Yeah, I remember when he fought.
Von Lewis,
I think they actually were trying to put Diaz in a short notice UFC fight. Oh. I think it fizzled out, but I remember this getting brought up. Like a couple months ago, Diaz almost stepped in for somebody, I think. And they were talking about, oh, Mick likes this guy, some sort of bias. It's like, bro, I think I know why, dude. Because he makes everybody's life easier. No judging, no controversy. Bro's going to go in there and try to take your freaking head off. Everybody's going to be entertained. He's either going to sleep. He fought Joe Piper, and everybody's like, oh, you're a big underdog. This dude's going to take your head off. Cool story, bro. I'm going in there and swinging things.
Dude, it's why people like him.
He went straight at Joe Piper, bro. He was like, fuck that. I'm taking your head off, bro. So respect. I like this guy too. And if I was Mick Maynard, I'd love him as well. So I get it. I do think Zhang probably starches him, but I think somebody I will say at the 205 weight class, an unranked guy. And, I do think this is somebody the UFC, I think they know what they're doing here. They're in China. They're going to give this badass, savage Chinaman a favorable matchup, a dude who's going to stand in front of him as a heavy bag. I think the UFC knows what they're doing. That being said, this is a light heavyweight fight with a 3-1 unranked guy, and his game plan is to go try to brawl. So, what do you think, 138? Does the underdog have a shot?
I'm going to play something crazy here. Give me Zhang Mingyang by submission. I think he's going to drop him. He's going to get on top, start slamming punches, elbows. Ozzy's going to try to give his back to get up like he does. Dude's getting rear naked choked. Zhang Mingyang, I guess we'll just play sub rather than rear naked choke specifically.
I see plus 700.
That's it. My gosh. That is all they're giving me.
They know. They know it's not going to decision, and they know it's new gloves. So a lot of times in these new gloves, people are like half dead and they just sink in a guillotine or something.
That's ridiculous. Plus 700. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, whatever. Just one unit. I'd play a half if I could, but we'll do one.
It's plus 600 on Bet365, so hell, it's already working its way down.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy, but he does have some submissions on his record.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets the rear naked choke a lot because people do specifically that. He'll drop him, didn't quite knock him out. He starts landing some ground and pound. They turn over to give their back to get up. It's over. Diaz does give his back to get up, so it's not like that's out of the question.
No, I don't think it's out of the question at all.
Yeah, so I'll take that. Plus 700, it's fine.
And then you took the KO, Baby Sharp, and that's minus 160, I'm seeing.
Plus, we're playing with fake money here, so,
Ball.
Gotta go for broke. I get it.
Yeah. As well.
What's or how many units are you doing, Baby Sharp?
Let's do a 1.5 on that.
You can do 1.6 now, just reminding you, like if you want to.
True. I like, not to be weird, I like 5s and 0s.
All right, no worries.
There you go.
That's why I initially did what I did, but then everybody was like, come on, bro. Like literally every week, one of the two guests would be like, damn, I can't just do 1.7. I'm like, you know what? Let's just change it.
I like it the first way because it makes you do all the math and not me.
Like, you know,
It's like 1.73 on it now.
I'm not losing.
I just think the like OG, like a lot of the old school bettors are like, I was like blowing their mind when it would be like a minus 170 and they can't do 1.7 to win one. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna change my bet, bro. I'm like, okay, hold on, man. It's not the end of the world.
Dude, it's crazy because like we're playing a game with fake money. Like, who cares? Just whatever. Just throw it out there. That's probably why I'm also losing on this show. I'm like 1-2 so far. But to be fair, I've had one. It was the first episode ever of Wager Wars that I had any advance notice. The rest have all been less than a 24-hour notice. Yeah. I'm winging this stuff. I'm doing these for my car. Danny Ige, step aside, as I said on Twitter. Danny Ige, step aside. You did it once. I've done this 3 times, Dan.
I'm just playing. Just playing. We appreciate it. The people appreciate it.
Word. I didn't even get a change out of my gi. I'm still wearing my gi from practice. Like
I do like that gi.
It's a good gi. I got it for like $25 from Tatiami. We were running a 6 sale.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what up, Rain? Don Dada says he's gonna take the double shot for hitting this Cleveland money line and Nick Chubb touchdown. I said takedown. That's how you know I only watch MMA.
How rough would it be if your last name's Chubb?
Yeah, that is rough. Jason, even though I played fantasy football, even though I literally don't even watch football, I played it last year, and he was my running back, and then he got hurt. I was like, man, fuck you, Chubb, piece of shit.
Fucking
Chubb.
Such a Chubb.
Jason, Cleveland didn't win yet? Yeah, I wouldn't know. The Don, they will. Call me crazy. For Jinxon, they were my dogs of the week. Who were your dogs of the week? The Don. Oh, you're talking about the football thing. Aussie Fight Fan, let's go, fellas. What up? Aussie Fight Fan, OG. All right, let's move on.
I need Najee Harris to get 5 yards to bring me 10 units. That's all I'm waiting on. Yeah, dude, I've got it on right there. I need 5 yards from Najee, man, and it's fucking. I don't think they're gonna give it to him. We've got 6 minutes in the fourth quarter, man. Like,
I don't watch football. If you're running back or a wide receiver.
Yeah, running back.
Oh, come on. Is your team winning or losing?
They just so Steelers just got a touchdown, so they're up now. So now
you would think they'd run the ball, right?
They could run the clock out if it comes back to them. So fucking just give them the ball, damn it, dude. I've been losing these NFL props by like fucking less than 5 yards, like for 2 weeks now. But
good luck, man. That's why I only bet MMA, because if I bet other sports, I just give my money right back.
Dude, facts. Hey,
There's
Pittsburgh's
only one
up
sport I can profit on, and that's MMA.
Dude, even for a while there, I had a buddy that was so lights out with tennis. Like, I don't watch tennis. Are you kidding me? But he was so lights out with tennis stuff. Like, he would just send it. I would just blind play it, and it was like printing money. Like, I don't understand. Like he's like, I'm like, do you watch tennis? He's like, no, I don't watch tennis. He's like, I just know how to read these numbers. And I'm like, cool, dude. It's crazy.
My friend was like that with soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even know the team. I wouldn't even know the teams, or like he'd be like, bet the tie in this. I'd be like, what does NC mean? Okay, I'm gonna bet this guy, and then it would cash most times. This dude is like a wizard when it comes to soccer. He bets big money. This dude bets like he'll sit next to me when we're playing. We'll watch the MMA fights. He won't even know the fighters. He'll be like, "Who you got in this one?" I'll be like, I got this guy, but I'm not confident. I don't have any bets in this fight. He'll be like, I just put 10 grand on him. I'm like, bro, chill, bro. Chill, bro. And then the dude will lose, and he'll be like, really, bro? You said he was going to win. I'm like, bro, if I don't bet it, I'm not confident, clearly.
Yeah. Just put 10 grand on.
He'll ask me. I do this every week. He'll be like, what are the bets this week? I'll be like, Look, these are my bets, okay? First of all, you're a piece of shit. You're my IRL friend. You would think you'd watch my fucking videos. It's always the
Seriously.
IRL. It's
I
always
get
the
that so
IRL
much.
people. My fucking family will be like, "Hey, dude, so what's the bets?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I've been doing the
Seriously.
videos every week for 5 years." But dudes I never
100%.
met will watch it. Now, I'm not even going to lie. I'll be kind of salty when like my friends hit me up in the DM. They'll be like, "Yo, what are the bets?" I'll literally respond with the link to the video.
Same. Dude, I had my
dude.
buddy call me from the casino. He's at the freaking casino last week. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about this, this, and this. What do you think, dude? Like, what are your bets?" I'm like, dude, subscribe to the Patreon if you just want the bets. It's $10 or it's $9.99 a month. Subscribe to that, and you'll get all my bets. You don't even have to call me.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
just
The
like,
funny thing
"Whatever,
is,
dude."
this dude's like balling out of control, bro. They'll literally be like nonchalant bet fucking 30, 40 grand just out of just whim. He's just like, whatever, bro. He'll be sitting next to me like, I just put a parlay up plus 1,200 odds. I went ahead and threw 3 grand on it. I'm like, bro,
But
like
when it
fucking
hits,
chill. He'll be like, I put 2 grand on Adesanya 4th round sub. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this
Total
dude's fucking
D-shit.
wild with his gambling.
insane. Love it. Love it.
Degenerate. But all right, before I go on another tangent, we can move on. We are at nice. I like this fight. We got Volkan Oezdemir. No, it's actually the second fight of the main card. 6-fight main card. Volkan Oezdemir, Carlos Ulberg. We are at Baby Sharp MMA, man. What do you think about this one?
Dude, so this potentially has could be one of the fights of the nights, in my opinion. Leading up to this, and honestly, for weeks, when Ulberg's line got released, man, I was putting him on everything, and I was just like, dude, it's guaranteed with Ulberg. And then I just kind of got to doing a deep dive on his record, who he's fought, and he has not fought anybody on the level of Volkan like at all. In his MMA career, Ulberg, the person who he's fought that has like the most experience is 8 years at fighting, from amateurs all the way up to pro. And you've got Volkov, who's been doing it since 2006. And low key, man, I feel like he's kind of getting slept on a little bit. And then when you look at Volkov's losses, Magomed, solid ass loss. Yuri in 2020. I mean, that's like GOAT Yuri era. You know what I'm saying? And then Krylov, with him losing that, it was because Krylov was working that wrestling, heavy grappling, and man, Volkan just didn't have anything for it. Ulberg, though he's a black belt in BJJ, like, dude, he's not working it like that. And I honestly think that Volkan, if they get into any kind of grappling exchanges, will be the stronger guy. So though I went back and forth, man, I'm on Volkan, and just his money line's enough for me. And I think this is a huge test for Carlos. And I just can't, when it all comes down to it, man, I just can't justify the line on Carlos in this position. Because like I said, he has not fought anybody at all that's on the level of Volkan as far as like experience and just all around training. The only caveat, well, I won't say caveat, but the only special, we'll just say, is that Volkan like literally just got married a little bit ago, so I don't know how that honeymooning life is going or whatever. But as long as he looks in shape and shit, dude, like I'm like really confident on Volkan in this spot. But just give me his money line, and shit, dude, I'll do 2 units on that. Big dog.
2 units on the Volkan money line.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got here? Plus 205, I'm seeing. Yeah, plus 205 on Bet Online. I will lock you in for 2 units on that. 138. What do you think, man? You on the underdog as well?
I mean, I'm sure the line's wide and all that stuff, but I think Ulberg's going to win, and I think he's going to win at a very high clip. So, you know what? 5 units on Ulberg. Screw it. Let's do it.
Ooh.
So this is going to be a big one for y'all.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's play money, but at the same time, I want to win. So,
Facts.
Ulberg on the money line. He is at minus 235, I think is the best. 230.
I was thinking it was higher than that. I'll take that.
Yeah, actually minus 230 on DraftKings. Yeah.
Let's go. I might have to go
230.
back.
Yeah. No, I do feel like Ulberg wins. It was a dog that stuck out to me early on in the week. I was just like, man, Volkan is just, man, like he could find the chin, he could knock him out. And I will say, I'm pretty high on Guskov. Like everybody all week, I feel like people have just been like, whatever, Guskov, he's a bum, easy dub for Volkan. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think Guskov's pretty good. Now, I will say I think he's gotten better since that fight, I'm sure, since being able to actually take his career more serious. Like, I will say that seemed like a classic. I got to take this shitty matchup to get in the UFC, and then I can get better. You know what I mean? So that, I got to try to take that into account. But I will say, to be able to not only beat him, but to submit him, to take him down. But when have we really seen Volkan offensively wrestle? You haven't. I think he had like one takedown in his career before that fight, maybe two. So that was impressive to me. He rocked him. He took him down. He choked him out. That was pretty impressive to me. I just feel like Ulberg, man, like I think that Kennedy fight might have been a little bit of an outlier. He probably needed that humbling a little bit. Not just humbling. It's not that I think it was like, coming in cocky. It's more, I don't even really mean humbling. I just mean like, I always like when fighters get that loss out of the way. Come into the UFC, take a loss, and you can get so much better from that. Like, I think he learned to pace himself. You actually saw in that Fabio Sharon fight, shout out, because Fabio's always interacting with me on Twitter and stuff, but that was a pretty bad performance. Like it was like after that Kennedy fight, he was like, okay, I'm so scared of gassing out. And he went too far to the other end. And then it's like after that, I feel like he's starting to come into his own. He's getting better. He's still young. He is obviously still going to always be a striker at heart, but I feel like he's rounding out his game. He even got a submission a couple fights ago. I feel like Ulberg wins, but I can't hate a dog shot because Volkan, first of all, it's 205. I never really hate on dog shots at 205 and heavyweight. When you got a guy who's got that, obviously he's got that power. All 205ers got power, but Volkan was no time for a reason. So maybe he can clip him, maybe he can replicate that Guskov performance, but I just have this sneaky feeling it's like a plus EV loser. So I'm gonna be on the Ulberg side, but honestly can't hate the dog shot on your side chart, but I will stick with Ulberg. I do think somebody probably gets knocked out here. I think someone's getting knocked out. I'm gonna lean on that being Volkan getting clipped, but maybe he can recapture that no time nickname here in this one. But I'll put you down 5 units, minus 230 on the Ulberg money line for 138, and Volkan plus 205 for 2 units for Sharp. That's going to be a big one to see who wins this one. Honestly, last week we had the most agreeing we've ever seen. Like these guys probably had like almost every one of the picks were the exact same, and then they had like 5 or 6 same bets, maybe 4 or 5. But this week, this is probably one of the most disagreeing, especially opposite picks, which is interesting. So it's going to be fun. It always makes it more fun when I'm watching because I don't even got to look at this list. I'll literally remember y'all's bets like I remember my own. I'll be watching the fight like, oh, here comes 138's bet. Let's see if he hits this. Like, Wager Wars makes watching the fight so much more fun for me. But
love it.
Yes, the unit limit per fight is 1 to 5, or it's 1 unit minimum, 5 unit maximum. And then for the full card, it's 10 units minimum, 25 units maximum. There has to be limits because otherwise people will be like 0.1 units on Volkan, or they'd be like 48 units Ulberg. You know what I mean? Like,
I would put 48 units on Ulberg if you let me. If you were like, yo, you could just put as many units as you want, I'd be like, all right, all of them right here.
Yeah. So there has to be some sort of limit, but yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, but we'll move on to this next one. We got Kong Wang taking on Gabriela Fernandez. We are back to you, 138. What do you think about this one, man?
I know who I think wins. It's just like, how do I play it? Wow. Okay. What's the KO prop for Wang Chung?
Let me look.
Probably like minus 300.
On KO. It is. No way. What? Plus 250.
Oh no. Okay. I'll play that for a unit. Cool. Let's do it.
How is that?
I mean, I feel like she could definitely get a decision, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I mean, she's a massive favorite. We'll take the KO.
Damn. The bookies think the submission is very live. And I guess I could see it.
Everybody keeps saying how Fernandes can shoot takedowns. Fernandez' grappling has been her downfall.
Dude, I think Wang can shoot takedowns.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Wang could take her ass down if she wants.
Yeah, did you see on her it was like a special fight on the road to UFC? It wasn't like a tournament where she just like tossed that chick around like she was just like a child.
Yeah, no, she big sisters. She big sisters these girls a lot of times, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, I had to put egg on my face. Look, it's women's MMA, all right? Don't judge me. I bet Leonardo at like plus 1,000 or it was like plus 800 or some shit. And I was just like watching the fight. I'm like, okay. You know what? You know what? Minus 1,000 was justified. It should have been minus 10,000.
Yeah.
But oh, you cashed your bet? Nice.
Yes, fucking as long as he doesn't get any negative yardage. Oof, shit. Let's go.
I'm hitting a nectar collector, by the way, Ulysses. Fading no time is sketchy.
Oh, let's go, dude.
At the end of the day, you got to play lines, but it's a nectar collector.
I love the nectar collectors, dude.
It's a little silicone piece, and then I heat the glass up, and then I put that right on the wax.
Do you ever mess with the Lucas Seahorse Pros? Not to get off topic.
Is it an electric one?
Yes, but
I haven't.
Check this out, dude. It recycles your oil, okay? So after you've already hit it, then it's all back in there, and you can just hit it with a little bit of heat. It all falls right back down into your catch. Bam, you're right back in the mix, just like that, dude.
Yeah, you should DM me the name of that. I'm going to look it up.
I will, dude. That shit
I feel like somebody's told me about this one. I've tried some of the electric rigs and nectar collectors. It's just, man, I'm like a fiend, and I want to get like my big hit. And a lot of times on the electric ones, I always felt like I was like, just to get like a little, and I'm like, bro, I'm like a 15-year stoner. I need to be able to get like my fucking fat rips.
So, dude, honestly, you can get them with it. It has a quartz tip on the front of it that you heat up, and you can pick your little heat rings. But that and the Puffco Peak, dude.
Yeah, that's the one everybody always tells me to get. But what up, Larry? Double chance, KO or points? I don't know what the line is on that. I'd have to look. Main event breakdown. Hey, we're getting to that, Nick. We got a couple fights first. Looks like a giant wax pen. Looks much better than 1-2. You get bigger hits. I mean, wax pens are nice. The thing about that is I don't really – like I'm pretty sketched out about where I'm getting those cartridges. I'd rather just get it straight up. Like I buy the wax from this Luminate brand. It's really freaking legit. And, it's nice. It's pretty.
Dude, like I swear you guys are like speaking Chinese right now. I'm not understanding a word you guys are saying.
Good man.
You not smoke at all? Have you ever smoked?
Nah, dude. No.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Hey, I'm not one of those guys like, oh, bro, you gotta nah. I'm just, that's just how I do things. But there ain't nothing wrong with it. I just ran out of my batter. I'm on the bowl smoking the homegrown. Hey, respect though. It's kind of a nice feeling to grow something and then smoke it. You're like, I created you. You know what I mean? It's nice. So enjoy that. Dip devices has a little dipper. I use it a lot.
Huh. Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Little dipper is fire. Okay, 2 people co-signing it. I'll have to look that up too. But okay, before we completely lose 138.
I have no idea what's going on.
He's like, I don't know what these freaking idiots are talking about. But Wait, yeah. Did you? What's your What's your bet on this one? Did we get to? I got off topic, bro.
No, we hadn't hit it yet.
Okay. 138, man. Take it away. Shut me up, bro. What do you got on this Wang fight?
Mine was KO. It was Baby Sharp that hasn't gone yet.
Okay, yeah, that's right. The KO line was. Oh yeah, that's where we left off because that KO line is actually that's pretty interesting, man. Because we started talking about the submission. The KO that's a pretty good line. I mean, dude, if you think she should be, which is it? One of these lines are off. Do you think Wang is a minus 900 favorite? If so, then that KO, like, if she's 9-1 and you think that's justified, she should freaking finish her, right?
Unless they think that she's gonna sub her.
Yeah. I mean, I think the submission is live, but I think it's much more likely that she just knocks her ass out.
ITD's not plus money, is it?
What'd you say?
Is ITD plus inside the distance? Is that plus money?
Inside the distance is plus 140.
No. Okay, give me a unit on that instead. I mean, are you kidding
dude,
me?
I might actually bet that.
Yeah, same.
That's actually, me betting women's MMA props, that is unlike me unless it's like a by decision or like a crazy, unless it's like a 20-1 and it's some for a KO on a girl I think is live. It's very rare that I would bet a near even prop in women's MMA. Like typically if I'm betting a women's MMA line that's this crazy, I'm on the underdog or I'm just not going to play it. But man, I really think if you think she's 9-1, bro, she should finish her. Why is it plus money? Like, I think she's going to knock this girl's head off, honestly.
The new gloves, man. They think that
people need to. I mean, yeah, the stats show there's been a dip, but like I joke about it, but it's like jokes. Like, yes, it is something that should be thought of. The stats do show there has been a drop, but people acting like, oh, new gloves or is it old? Oh, it's new gloves. Okay. 100% decision. It's like, relax, dude. Relax. Like people take memes too seriously. But anyways, I'm going to put you down plus 140. You said 1 unit?
Yeah.
1 unit inside the distance. What do you got, Sharp?
So that's basically my bet. Now is that, I think that was my cat, but is that Wang inside the distance or is that just fight closes in the distance?
No, that's Wang inside the distance. Fight ends inside the distance is no. Yeah, plus 115.
With no money line?
Yeah, that's just fight ends inside the distance. Wow. That's an interesting
seems like
bet,
a trap
dude.
here.
Yeah.
That's an interesting bet. That actually is calling my name. I might bet that. That's my concern because I'm pretty conservative. Like I'm a dog hunter, but I'm, when it comes to women's MMA, I don't like to get cute too much because it bites you a little bit more in these women's MMA fights. I mean, if you're only losing 25 cents on the off chance that if Wang sells out for the finish and gets clipped, I don't think it happens, but I don't see Fernandes really winning any fight besides basically bonking her. I mean, I guess if it's like a split decision type fight, it is women's MMA unranked, but
I don't even think so. Her last fight, even though they gave it to her.
Yeah.
She got outstruck by a pretty decent margin.
Yeah.
Maybe they're factoring in that she's just really durable, but honestly, man, I just think Kong, man, she's got that touch, which not a lot of women do, but she's one of them.
Yeah. No, she does, bro. Like, that Leonardo fight, like you can say, oh, Leonardo sucks, whatever. She's not great, but she's pretty tough, man. And that was like the first punch that landed, dude. And bro, the way she went down, it was like she was done. That shot, that was power, bro. Like I turned into a believer. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, and it's not that I knew the girl was good. I just didn't know if she was minus 1,000 over anybody in the UFC good. Because the problem is, like I said, if it's going to be minus 1,000, I want you to finish. It's 2024. These judges are blind. They don't watch the fights. The fights play out too close. I'm never betting minus 500 or more unless I am confident you are finishing. And
dude,
that's
especially
why
on women's fights, man, I have PTSD from minus 1,000 WMMA lines right now. Still,
I have the opposite of PTSD, bro, because last year was like a record year for me just betting underdogs in women's MMA. I'm like, oh, cute. You said how much you want to do on that Amanda? I remember not only did I bet Juliana Pena in that first Amanda Nunes fight, even though I literally was like, she's going to get smoked. Let me go ahead and bet her. I'm like, oh, Amanda's going to wreck her ass. And bet Juliana, thank you. And then I remember I was about to bet, like, hedge with, like, Amanda inside the distance. And then I was like, wait a second. And I looked at the under, and it was like, I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was similar. It was even worse than this. It was like minus 125 for Amanda inside the distance. It was like minus 130 for fight doesn't go. I was like, think I'll take that. And then I looked like a genius when Juliana won. And I got to act like I saw that coming. That was fun. But anyways, cute cat. Damn, that's a hefty fella there. But,
that's all Oscar.
Oscar's a big boy.
Yeah.
Great trio, nice dog sharp. Hey, I'm liking a couple of the dogs on this card, and appreciate that. She does have that touch. Haunter says you're goated, baby sharp.
Let's go.
Yo, Sharp, this Tapology tournament is crazy. I'm going against Anakin, and they put you against Hunter. Azul, I think you can beat him. I've never done the Tapology picks. I don't even look at the picks typically. I'm like,
they're always off, but there's a little tournament going on, and this Hunter Razul guy, man, he's so two-faced. It's crazy. Anytime he thinks I'm not in a chat somewhere, he will talk just gallons of shit about me. But as soon as I pop up, he's like, dude, nice pick, man. Great read.
Hey, there's a lot of that in the community, unfortunately. But, hey, what's up, Nick? Appreciate you watching, man. And I like that look, man. I'm gonna really, after the show, I might either bet that or the under. I don't know. I need to think. I really don't have a lot of bets on this card, but that's one that is kind of calling my name. But we can move on, man. I know 138 is still sitting in his gi right now, and I know he's like dying for some food in the shower. So
seriously,
I'd love to ramble, but I want to get my boy 138 in some fresh clothes because I know what that's like. So let's move on to this next one. Then we got Kanan Song taking on Muslim Salikhov. Interesting fight. Interesting to see Muslim up. Some of his last performances and his age and everything. As a decent favorite, but not spoiler alert. I kind of get it. What do y'all think? We are at Baby Sharp for this one. What do you think, man? Underdog got a shot?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, honestly, man, I could see, like, man, Muslim, he's got the Samba background and shit, and hey, shout out Hunter, he's got that touch, but he's like 41, I think, at 40, 41 when this fight's going down. And low key, man, I kind of thought that he lost that fight against Santiago. So, with that in mind, it's a 3-fight skid, which the Dalby loss isn't terrible. Brown loss isn't terrible either. But I've stopped looking at fights, rather, when a fighter loses, I've stopped looking at those losses, whether they're good losses or bad losses. So I'm not factoring that into that. So for me, man, yeah, Muslim, like, he can crack. Of course, he can find the spot. He's been doing this for a shit ton of time. So, I mean, he's reliable, but last time I looked at the line, I don't remember what his number was, but I just remember feeling like that was just a little wide for this. And Song, man, he's the same way, dude. He can fight. He's got hands. Kind of questionable, as far as his past fights. But honestly, man, for me, this is just kind of take this dog here in this moment, in this country, on this card. Because, fuck, man, 40-41 doing this in this weight class, dude. You can't stay up there forever. You know what I mean? So this is, like, honestly, man, like, respect a Muslim, dude. OG for sure. But, yeah, Song's a pick here and just a money line for me. 1 unit on Song.
All right, 1 unit on Song. Oh, shit. Song, money line. What's the best line here? We got plus 153, 54. Yep. Yeah, plus 154 on DraftKings, I'm seeing. Plus 154.
Yeah.
Anytime you're fading a 40-year-old coming off a couple not so great performances at plus money, I can't knock it. I've always been a Salikhov guy, but these last couple of performances haven't been great. But what do you think, 138? You just said one unit, right, Baby Shark?
Yeah.
Take it away, 130.
So, I mean, I think Salikhov's a better fighter, but he is ancient, so that's the problem.
He's probably 50 realistically.
What's the line on Fight Goes? Because I can see Muslim just making this a really boring, like, slow fight. It's what he does with a lot of fights.
Minus 120.
I'll take a unit on that. Muslim's really good about taking away the volume of his opponents. Something I've done really well at is betting the under in the strike numbers for his opponents because he's just so good at not letting them land significant strikes.
Yeah.
So I'll take it goes to decision at minus 120. I'll take it for a unit.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I do think this fight could. Everybody's like, oh, you got an older guy, you got Song's got power, and then you got Salikhov. He's the, what is it? What's his nickname?
King of Kung Fu.
Yeah, so everybody's thinking KO, and I was kind of thinking the same. Like, could really end up being like a split decision type situation where low volume, it's like 35 strikes to like 28.
Yep, that's what I think happens.
Yeah, I could see it. Honestly, that gun to my head, that's what I think happens too. I think Muslim edges that, but if you're getting plus money on the Song side, I mean, everybody's like, oh, he's KO or bust. It's like, dude, he just fought Ricky Glenn, and like the skeletal remains of Ricky Glenn up 2 weight classes was able to survive 15 minutes. I think Salikhov's tough ass will do be all right. So, yeah, I think it goes to decision. But hey, Baby Sharp, your bet on the did you say that you did go the inside the distance on the Wang fight?
Yeah.
What did you do on that one again? It was Wang inside the distance as well?
Yeah.
And then how many units did you do on that?
It was just one.
Okay. Wang inside the distance plus 140 for both of y'all. 1 unit for both of y'all. Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I didn't write it down, I guess. Hey, stop. Little fucker. My cat. But we can move on to this co-main event, though, man. We got Yao Shannan taking on Tabitha Ricci. Jan's like a 2-1 favorite. We are back to 138 for this one, man. What do you think?
Oh, man. I suppose like the strike props and like takedown lines are not out yet, right?
They might be out on like Bet365.
If there's an under, like,
not yet.
Nothing. Damn.
Yeah, that is typically more of like a Friday thing.
Yeah, because this fight, like, nothing stands out as like a bet that really just tickles my fancy, especially for like. I mean, I guess we can parlay. I mean, it leaves me 2 fights left to parlay, which, yeah, screw it. Okay, yeah, I'll
if you want, I'm just saying, I don't want you to feel cornered. I want you to make the bet you want. If you just, there's nothing, just like you can reallocate your units. If you decide, let's say, I'm just looking at a favorite that you had picked. If you wanted to like parlay him with Ulberg or parlay him with Choi or something like that, you can do that. So I'm just
okay. I guess what's the current? I don't know how. I don't know how I feel. I feel like Yan Shannan wins, but like I don't feel good enough to play her money line. So, because it's like what minus 170 or something, like 180.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like, minus 190, minus 190.
Geez. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna play. I'll parlay the over 2.5 rounds with what I'm gonna pick in the main event.
Cool. The over 2.5 is minus 400.
Sick. Yeah, let's just put it in there. That should be as safe as it gets.
That fight's going to decision. I wanted to parlay the fight goes to decision, but I honestly just could not find like something I really liked to parlay. I thought about parlaying Jan. I thought about parlaying a couple other people on this card, but
I mean, Ricci could win too.
Yeah, no, Ricci could, and if she does, it's still going to decision. Like I don't think she's submitting Jan, bro.
No.
First of all, we know Jan's not going to tap.
Nope.
Dear God, PTSD. my body just quivered because I had Zhang inside the distance, and
Same.
it cost me a winning night.
I don't remember if it cost me a win, but it hurt that pick right there.
Yeah, I had Zhang inside the distance bet, and it would have been like a couple unit gain. Instead, it was a couple unit loss.
Brutal.
Yeah, and if you remember, she choked her unconscious. The corner wakes her up. That should have been over there, and then she got her.
Herzog helps her to the corner.
Yeah, and then she got TKO'd. Like, how did they not stop that fight?
Because Herzog had the overs.
Yeah, exactly. And I usually say Herzog's the goated ref, but this year's been a rough year for him.
Dude, it's been rough for him.
He's had like 3 bad ones in the past 6 months. I can't remember
really bad ones.
But the Cannoneer one was him too. And that
Brutal.
One
that was so bad.
Now, yeah, I'm biased. I had Cannonier's money line bet, but still, I would bet that again Saturday if they rebook the fight. But
yeah. Sounds like they're going to book him against, or they're going to book Imavov against Adesanya now.
I know. I can't believe they're doing that, man. That might be the end of Adesanya, bro.
You think?
I think Imavov wins, bro, honestly.
What? No way. I'm taking Adesanya for sure. No way.
I don't know. I haven't been liking just in general. Not Adesanya's performance against DDP wasn't bad, but he got tired, bro. He gassed.
Yeah.
He gassed out. Imavov, his one problem with me is kind of his gas tanks. So if you don't have somebody who's going to capitalize on that, I don't know.
Imavov will kickbox with him though. DDP was mixing in takedowns, making him work. Dude, if you kickbox with Adesanya,
can mix in the takedowns too, though. He doesn't have the wrestling that DDP has. That's for sure.
Right.
But he he's mixed. He's had some fights where he's mixed in the takedowns. No, it's not like I'm saying he's gonna smoke like it's an easy dub. I just gun to my head. I'm gonna have to pick Imavov. We'll see what the line ends up being. If he ends up
regardless of the line, Adesanya's gonna jab leg kick the shit out of him to get a win. He needs it.
He does need it. I was actually surprised to see that fight's on a fight night.
That's what's crazy. Adesanya on a fight night is just not.
That means it's going to be a main event. I want Izzy to fight 3 rounds, bro. Like it would be better for him. I didn't like that. He got tired quick in that last performance, man. Like
DDP does that to people though. He did that to Whitaker.
But honestly, for a DDP fight, the pace wasn't that crazy to get that tired. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty high pace, but like old Izzy isn't getting tired that quick. It threw me off.
It's going against a guy like DDP with the way that he's like so awkward. It keeps you on edge, which tires you up faster. And then also he's just like a strong dude. So every time you have to resist anything, you're resisting like a bowling ball. It's he makes people tired. Like we've seen it with everybody he's fought so far, except for Strickland, because Strickland just doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
Strickland and Merab are the 2 best Strickland, Merab, and Fluffy are the 3 best cardios in the entire UFC, probably in history.
They're up there.
Maybe sure. Nate Diaz.
Prime Tony was up there. Prime Colby was up there.
Yeah.
But both of those guys, obviously, right now haven't been showing that same. But
right.
Yeah, no, for sure. And cardio, if there's one attribute, if you gun to my head, I can only pick one skill attribute for somebody I'm betting.
Cardio.
ABCs, baby. Always bet cardio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going cardio as my building block for a fighter all day. But
that's why I've made so much money betting on Fluffy.
Yeah.
I've bet him in every single one of his fights in the UFC.
Let me do this again.
Oh, there I am.
No, I had to switch you. I don't think it's happening for you. It might just be the stream. I don't know. It's
weird.
It only takes a second. But yeah, no, I agree 100%. What up, Bo? How you doing, dude? And Dadon Dada says you and him, Sharp, have units to play with this weekend.
Let's go.
NFL bet. Nice. But yeah, what up, Bo? But hey, Sharp, kick it over to you though. Oh, what was that over 2.5? Oh yeah, -400. All right, what do you got on this one, Sharp? co-main event.
So man, this is one I've gone back and forth on. I faded Ricci in the last one when she fought Hill. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's your namesake, man. You can't fade her." And man, I was gonna fade her here too, and I'm still like on the fence about it because she does have the wrestling ability. She's got the judo and the BJJ. But like you were mentioning earlier, 138, Yan, dude, she's not gonna tap. She's not gonna quit, especially here in China. Like you're literally gonna have to kill her to beat her.
Well, yeah, because I
Like,
think that
literally.
they'll execute her if she like taps out. I think that's a thing.
For sure, dude.
The Chinese government's like, you can't tap out. You've embarrassed your family.
You'll lose.
I have no social life, Bo, so I will be staying up to ungodly hours to watch this card. I'm gonna be like in my PJs, like eating a sandwich in bed, just like fucking watching this shit, taking dabs at like 7 a.m. But yeah, normal people will not be watching. Normal people with like, lives or like families and stuff. But
well, they've got LFA starting Friday at like 10 o'clock at night. The LFA 197 or 197 card. And I do live results for Fight App, so I'll be doing that app all night. And then there's 4 fights on Saturday, so it's just gonna be like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
I don't even know when I'm gonna get sleep this weekend.
Shout out to these two and their insights, feeding him some great info on the fights. Hell yeah. Was happy to have both of them back on. Definitely. Hey, check the caption below. Give them both a follow on Twitter. Give them both a subscribe on YouTube. Both their YouTube and Twitter is in the caption. So definitely go follow and subscribe. It's free. It takes 5 seconds. So if you got any insight from them, if you got a bet, they said some shit that was funny to you, go subscribe. Go give them a follow. We'll have them back on the show for sure. And I'm on Eastern time. 138's on Central. What are you on, Sharp?
Eastern time. We're in North Carolina over here.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I'm VA. Yeah, fight start at 3 a.m. for me. Yeah. But yeah. So shout out. What up, Ozzy? But yeah. So go subscribe to them, go follow them, all that good stuff. Like the video, click subscribe on this one as well. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all helping me hit 3,000. Like I said, let's move to this main event, man. We got Piotr Yan taking on Davison Figueiredo.
Wait, what did Baby Sharp pick for the last fight?
Oh wait,
yeah, I don't think we made it all the way there, but I've gone back and forth, man. But I'm just gonna take Yan here by decision. I don't even know what that line is, but that's definitely where this is gonna end up, man. I've gone back and forth on this so much because, dude, Tabitha, man, she's a little pit bull in there. She can do this, but I just think with where this is at, everything, she's got to pull it out, man. Yan's got to pull this one out.
So Yan by decision minus 120.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, 2 units on that.
All right. Yeah, I would have seen that when we go back for the recap, but I appreciate that 138.
Yeah, I remember.
Now we can move on to the main event. We will start it off with Sharp on this one. What do you got, man? You think the underdog's got a shot here?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm a huge Peter Yan fan. The thing that really concerns me here is coming off that injury, and not to be like that guy. I'm sure everybody's talked about that, but he was coming off of, it was like the groin injury, the meniscus, and the ACL tear. That's some serious shit to be coming back from.
Like 6 months ago.
Literally, man. And so, I mean, I was doing some research on it, and it said that athletes who have access to like the best sports medicine and the best doctors for this shit, they should expect anywhere from 8 to 12 months of a recovery time, and then they can get back into it. So for me, man, if there was no injury to think about, I'd take you on here. But I think this is just this is risky. And for me, man, I think these guys are so evenly matched just in what they represent skill-wise. I could see both of these guys winning. But I'm going to give the edge to Figueiredo just due to, I think he could, if nothing else, agitate this brand new 3 surgery thing that Jans has. And man, I just like it, man. One more thing to add on that is, dude, I'm really high on Marlon Vera, and Figueiredo made Vera look like just ass, dude. So hats off to him for that. I'm definitely respecting that performance. I'm high on Yan. I can see Yan winning this fight for sure, but I just can't back that injury at the line. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
Sorry, I wanted to play a quick tune. But yeah, no. I wish I would have got in when Figgy at one point, this line was crazy.
I got him at plus 285 in real life.
Yeah.
Shit.
I missed the plus 310.
Yeah, plus 310 is crazy.
Well, I will do just one unit on his money line, though, to cap that.
Plus 260.
That's
So
sick.
Yeah, Figgy. Plus 260. What do you got, man? 138.
How many units I got left?
So you should have a decent amount. You got 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so you can do a max bet.
So I only get 5 units on this, even though it's a parlay of 2 fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm parlaying the over in the last fight with Figueiredo's money line. Everybody loves Yan. He's everybody's favorite fighter, it seems. Everybody just talks about how he's the greatest fighter ever and he's so good. And like, get it, but like, dude's 2-3 in his last 5 fights. So like, I mean, sure, he's really good, but he's not unbeatable. Figueiredo is an absolute animal. One of the best to ever do it at flyweight. People say he doesn't have any cardio. He's gone 5 rounds before. He's won 5-round fights before. He's now undefeated up at 135 pounds. Give me Figueiredo's money line. Parlay it with the over 2.5 for 5 units. Let's go. And then I got to put 2 more units on something. So we'll let's
so
see.
you had I think you actually have. So I didn't. If you're trying to go back, then because you actually have room for even more. So how many units were you trying to do on this parlay?
Max that 5. Or
Okay,
unless you let me put more, I'll put everything I got left that I can use on it.
So 5's the max, but
Okay.
I think you have room for 2 more units, I believe. 5,
That's what
6,
I thought.
12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 22, 20. Yeah, you have 2 more
Add
units.
another unit on Choi, and then add another unit on.
You got the loner fight goes to decision. You got Maha KO. You got Zhang sub. You got the Wang inside the distance is 1 unit.
Yeah.
Fight goes to decision on the Lee fight and the loner fight.
Let's do another unit on I've already got 2 on you, don't I?
You have 2 on you, yep.
Okay. All right, screw it. Let's just get crazy. Let's do 2. Let's add a unit to the Zhang submission.
Oh shit.
So if I hit that, I'm pretty much guaranteed to win. Like,
yeah.
We're going for
long submission plus 700 for 2 units.
Yeah.
And then are you going to end at 24 or are you trying to use that last one?
I added 1 to Choi, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Okay. And then let's see for you, Sharp. You have 2, 3, 5, 6. Those half units gave me for a second. 6, 9, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19. So you have room for 6 units.
Oof.
I
guess you don't have to.
Obviously, yeah. You don't have.
Yeah,
to
I don't have to pick up anything. I was thinking about it though while he was doing it, and I was actually gonna throw on my Zhang line a little bit.
There you go.
I didn't want to ride him with that, but honestly, I think that's one of the more safe lines on all of it.
So
what did I have for him?
1.5 on the KO right now.
All right, fuck it. Bump it to 5. Let's go.
Let's go.
5 on the Zhang KO.
Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go.
It all comes down to method of victory.
Yeah. And then how many did you have on the Figgy money line?
One.
1 unit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let me I'll speed blast them real quick. You got for 138, you got the Maha KO, you got the Lee fight goes to decision, you have the Loner fight goes to decision, you have Hernandez money line, you have Shi money line, you got Choi money line, you got Yu money line, you have Zhang sub, you have Ulberg money line, you have Wang inside the distance, you have and then you have the Song fight goes to decision and the co-main over 2.5 parlayed up with Figgy. All that
Word.
right?
Yep.
And then for you, Baby Sharp, you got Motta money line, Lee money line, Loner KO or decision, Tumen money line. You got Feng KO or decision. You got Choi as well. You have you as well. You have Zhang KO instead of sub, and you have Vulcan money line, Wang inside the distance as well, Sung money line, Yan by decision, and Figgy money line. All that correct?
Yeah, dude.
Those are all the bets. What is? Oh yeah. By the way, I meant to say where are we at? Yeah, Don Dada says anybody got a fight companion going? I don't know if I'm gonna do one. Oh wait, no, 3 a.m. No, probably not, dude. I'll probably.
We got one. We got one going. Let's go.
You got one going?
Yeah.
Hey, go to the caption below and go to Baby Sharp's YouTube. Is that where you're gonna be at?
Yeah. We'll be on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Kick.
Yeah, damn, doing it.
His Twitter and his YouTube are in the caption below. So go give him a follow and a subscribe and hit 138 as well while you're there. We're going to build a couple parlays and we'll get him out of here because I know my boy 138 is dying right now.
Yeah, all the sweat on this gi is dried, so there's that.
If Figgy made Vera look bad, Sugar made Vera look like a street beefs fighter. That's funny. When's weigh-in? Tomorrow
They've
night.
already happened. Well, not the ceremonial, but they've had weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Because it's like 18 hours before or something like that, right?
Yeah. Sprinkle fight goes to decision. I'm counting 20. Maybe 18, I'm down. Yeah. So Baby Sharp is using. Yeah, he still got some space. But I only brought it up this time because 138 was not. I'd say more often than not, people don't use the whole 25 units, but my conservative ass never did. You
know what they say? If you don't use it, you lose it.
That is true.
That's right.
I never followed that advice.
There you go.
It never led me astray. But before I let you guys go, man, let's build a couple quick little parlays. My way I typically do this is if we don't agree on shit, then I'm like, you pick a leg, I pick a leg. But I think we agreed on a couple things. So let's see.
Did we all pick Figgy?
So I'm not picking Figgy.
Oh, whatever, loser.
I know. But I do think he's the value side. Like, I wouldn't dare bet Yan at 3-1. But I did pick Yan. I picked other underdogs on this card, but I do think like if you got anywhere near 3-1 on Figgy, like, that's the clear money side. Like, I just can't fathom parlaying a guy who's 2-3 in his last 5 at 3-1 against a champion and a guy who was a champion like 2 years ago. Like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So you definitely are on the right side. But
I mean, Jan's lost 3 of his last 5. Figgy's lost 3 in his entire career.
Yeah, that's a very good point right there.
Yeah.
We're all on Choi.
Pretty crazy.
We're all on Choi.
I like that.
Yeah, we're all on Choi. I like. Let's see. What do we? We're all so we could build one together, and then let's build one where we all just pick one leg. So let's put Choi in this.
Okay.
And let's just do one more. What's the next leg that we're just like that's hidden?
What are we all on? I mean, obviously over 2.5 in the co-main's gonna hit, but like that's.
You know what I think we should do?
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's see. Okay, I'd be down for that. If we're just trying to get safe, I'd be down for that. I was gonna say Wang inside the distance, but
yeah. Well, we could also throw Wang's money line on there, or Wang. You got me saying Wang now. We could throw Wang's money line on there with the co-main event and Choi.
So let me see what the.
Not that her money line helps, but at least it's a 3-legger then.
What is it?
Because none of us think she's gonna lose.
minus 105, and the over 2.5 is minus 400. Yeah, I mean for this, let's see, what does it even change at minus 900? It takes it from plus 140 to plus 170.
That's not bad. I mean, I'd take that. For what
I think for parlay, what I'd rather do is just do the 2-legger for the safe little parlay. Okay. That's the one we gotta hit for the people. That we've been locking that in every week lately. So plus 144 for the little safe parlay, little Choi and the over 2.5 and the co-main, and then since we're all, because I like the value on the plus 140. We all like the value there, so I'd rather just put that on there, or Wang inside the distance, and then let's get cute with it. What else do we like? You know what? I would be down to just throw Figgy in there if there's nothing else you really like. I'd be down because the value side is definitely there.
I think Figgy wins this fight, and I think people are crazy to say that like Jan makes it look easy.
I agree.
What's Zhang inside the distance?
No. I think I think he sits him down at some point.
So now I did while we were just messing around, I had a same game parlay put together of Zhang KO or submission under 2.5. That's minus 188.
It's not bad.
I wouldn't be able to parlay that, but that isn't for a line.
Because the book you're using probably doesn't allow you to do that crazy stuff.
You want it? I mean, we could just, if there's nothing, I don't see anything else we really all three agree on. So we could just do Wang inside the distance and Figgy. I mean, that's
I don't mind that.
You know, what's Wang inside the distance is minus
140.
Yeah, plus 140. Plus. And then what's Figgy? Plus 260.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Was there anything else that we like agreed that was?
That's plus 764.
That's sick.
Chump change, dog.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else we agreed on like unanimously?
Not really. This was a card where it was a lot of decision. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that it goes to decision in that Salikhov fight.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. Or we could do Zhang inside the distance. You know.
Yeah, we could throw that in there. That's not bad.
What's Zhang inside the distance?
I guess. Yeah.
Would you rather throw Zhang inside the distance or the Salikhov fight goes to decision?
I'd take Zhang inside the distance just because, like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, we got to trust on a 40-year-old.
It's such a fight. Like I don't even know.
So Zhang,
and to be fair, man, Muslim, man, he can have that one-shot cracking power where Song gets wobbled and then shit gets fucking real dicey real quick.
You ever watch him
I like
stop
the
him
Zhang
with a body
personally.
kick or something?
Yeah, just something goofy.
Mm-hmm. Kick him right in the solar plexus.
The fucking fatality him.
Yeah. And he like bathes in his blood and then like goes back in his coffin for the next however many years.
Oh yeah, just wipes it down his face. I'm out of here.
Dude's a vampire, so.
Hell yeah.
Void Point, what happened? How'd you end up here? You got to the grocery store, you got raided out 10 times. Hey, well, welcome here, man. Thanks for stopping by. That's because he's over on the Twitch side. I was like, wait, what? Could y'all re-say the parlays? Yeah, I got you. So for the first parlay, we got Choi, and we got the over 2.5 in the co-main. That gets you plus 144. And then I think are we going with Wang inside the distance, Zhang inside the distance, and Figgy money line?
Yeah.
That gets you like plus 1,100.
Let's go.
So that's what we're rocking with for these two parlays. That work with y'all?
Yeah, dude, those are sick.
All right, Pat.
Yeah. Let's see.
What?
Okay, hold up. What about just one for the fun of the fans? What about you long Wang parlay?
You long Wang.
That's not even right. I'm just being an ass. I don't know.
You long Wang.
That's the type of shit that cashes.
Dude, right?
Hey,
You
or if you want to go with the Yu Wang Long,
yeah.
go with the Yu Wang Long parlay, bro.
Oh man.
Hey.
I need to get a parlay boost from DraftKings.
Seriously.
Was I see you?
Seriously.
I wrote it down.
That's right. If that hits, like that's just gonna be ridiculous. But I feel like it could, to be honest.
Now, and
question.
shout out if anybody's interested. This is I don't know if you can same game parlay on other books, but Bet365. As we were going through, I just kind of put together like my most confident picks as we were going through. But real quick, same game parlay and the Zhang fight under 2.5, Zhang KO or submission. Wang does not go to the distance. Her money line, that's plus 135. Feng by KO or decision. Choi by KO or decision. And you money line, that's a 5-leg for plus 1665.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's got some real traction.
That's Bet365.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna suck when she fucking sparks Feng out cold the first round.
I don't think she sparks her, but I think
I'm
she
kidding.
outwork her.
I'm kidding. I do think it's gonna be like if she gets on top, you're gonna be fucking puckered up over there, baby shark. But
Facts.
if her little fucking 4'11" ass gets on top of Feng,
Or if she's just doubling her up on strikes. Like girl has more output.
Yeah, no, honestly, that one would be the scary one in that parlay for me. But I actually think for 1,600, I think that is a solid chance that parlay cashes.
I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
Shiming via wrist lock.
Oh my god, that would be insane. I would
I mean,
love
so
that.
she's a catch wrestler, dude. Catch wrestlers love wrist locks and shit like that.
A wrist lock finish in the UFC. I don't even.
That'd be so sick.
Has that ever even happened? I don't think I've ever seen that. That would be insane.
But if it has, you know what? Whoever did that is a legend.
We need more books that get specific submissions on the props.
Yeah, isn't it only MGM that has that?
I think MGM. I think DraftKings has done it before. I feel like
They lost their
maybe I'm
ass.
tripping. Maybe I'm
And I
tripping.
think Caesars does from time to time.
Maybe it was Caesars. I don't know. I think there was a different book that, like, on main events, on big pay-per-views, they'll have it. Like, they'll have.
Uh-oh.
I thought DraftKings for like big main events sometimes they had it because I thought I had bet. Like I've done it a couple times, like rear naked choke specifically. You can get some crazy props. Like, you know, I remember I bet like Colby over Jorge rear naked choke at like something insane. Like it was ridiculous. Obviously it didn't hit, but
right.
You know, there was some moments where he was like, you know, they were in those weird up against the cage, like he was like cranking his neck, trying to fucking make Jorge go to his back or something. And I was like, oh my God. Like he was looking like he might take the back with a choke in. But anyways, that would be fun. Those would be fun to hit more often.
I don't remember what numbered card it was, but I remember hitting Gabriel Bonfim via guillotine and Kevin Holland via Darce choke, like back to back in fights, like on the same card.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
best prop I ever hit was I got the Holloway round 5 knockout against Justin. That's plus 2,200.
That's so good.
I had his KO plus 900, but I didn't have the fucking 5 round. That's wild.
Yeah, I did the 3, 4, and 5. So I mean, I won't lie and just say I just sniped 5 out, but yeah, we did half on the 3, 4, and 5, and it hit. And I was like, holy shit!
I gave myself credit for hitting a 48-1 KO third round the other day on one of these podcasts. I was like, but actually, I went back and looked. I didn't touch the KO third round. I just bet the Neil Magny round 3 over Malat. I thought about doing that 48-1 KO. I didn't actually bet it though. So if you heard that before, that was bullshit. I didn't mean to say that. I did bet the Neil Magny round 3. That was my best as far as like biggest plus money because I don't do crazy parlays like ever. My biggest hit, I'm pretty sure, of the whole year was Neil Magny over Malat round 3. The funny thing was it didn't shock me like at all. Like in the moment, like when it was happening, I was like, yep, it's over. I'm cashing this right here. When Malat, like he got on top and then he like flopped back after I forgot the little like scramble that happened. When he went to his back, I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah, that was
I'm about to cash this bet. I won. And I was sitting there with that friend actually I was talking about earlier that balls out and just makes the crazy bets. He didn't chase me on that one. He was pissed.
Should've.
But I was screaming at the TV, and he was like, "It's not over, bro." So he loves to like go against my fucking bets. He's a piece of shit. And he was just like, "Nah, bro. He's still gonna win. He's good. He's good." I'm like, "No, it's over." Oh man. And Magny was hitting him with the most softest little taparoos. But Malad he was so gassed. The ref just was forced. The ref gave him every chance. Like, he let Malad just eat these little soft bombs. I said bombs. These little soft shots, but Malad was just like, just getting hit, just like look dumb. But anyways, let's get these guys out of here, man. They've been here long enough. Freaking my boy 138 is just wants to fucking strangle me right now.
I just want to shower.
But oh shit, I can't have you clipped out for the last little minute here. Hold up, there we go.
That clip out again?
It might just, I don't know. It could just be me, but it's on the stream. It's not showing you, so I just reset it there. But so maybe your phone's like, bro, we're dying. We have no battery.
Yeah, my phone could be just like overheating. Who knows?
Saw most of the weigh-ins. Weird how Figgy looks. He has been tough because I'm more confident in my Kanan pick. Hey. We're going to see, man, some dicey ones, but I do think there's going to be some fun fights. You love part. Hey, I forgot. You're the one who called me out on that. Nah, dude. But, hey, it's a love-hate relationship. Always is in MMA gambling. MMA nice guy. Yo, I appreciate you sticking around the whole show. Showing love as always, man. You're a real one for sure. Go check this guy out, y'all, on Twitter. He's always posting some interesting stats and stuff. But, yo, like the video.
Go to nextmma.com.
What'd you say?
That's his website.
Yeah. Check it out. Put it, tweet it out to me, and I'll repost your thing for this card, Mr. Nice Guy, because I like the little stat breakdown thing you do. But yeah, check him out. Check both these guys out, man. Give 138, give Baby Sharp, give them both to subscribe on YouTube. It literally takes 5 seconds. It's free. You probably watch their videos. Some people just forget to click subscribe. So check them out. Click subscribe. Follow them on Twitter. Both their Twitter and their YouTubes are in the caption below, man. Click subscribe on this channel. Like the video. Appreciate y'all again helping me hit 3,000. Yo, 138. You have any more content dropping for this card? You got anything going on this week?
Nothing else this week. My full card breakdown's out. I'm gonna have. It'll probably get uploaded Saturday. Well, it'll be for channel members. They'll probably get it tomorrow, but everybody else will get it Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna have Pantoja versus Asakura, like deep dive just on that main event, and then the full card breakdown will come out, the Tuesday before the fights as usual. But I'll probably have that come out Saturday after the fight, just so I got some content up. But something that you guys could do if you really want to help the channel, even better than subscribing. That's all great. Don't get me wrong, but go to my channel, click where it says videos, and then click where it says play all. Do that before you go to bed tonight. Just hit play all. It'll play every video on my channel. You just turn the volume off, put it on your laptop or something. Just let that sucker play while you're sleeping for like 8 hours or so. That would do wonders. So if you want to do that, that'd be sick. So appreciate anybody that does that. I've had a couple people do that so far, and those are the real ones.
That's a great. Why do I not have time? That's a G. I need to start freaking telling you fuckers to do that. That's a great idea. Help the algo out for the boys. I'm just a chill guy.
Yeah. If you want to hear my voice while you sleep, you can. Otherwise, you can just mute me and just like turn the volume off and let it play. Then you have to be in the same room.
You need to sit there with your reading glasses on, with fucking locked in. Like, let me see his breakdown for fucking UFC 287 a year ago. Yeah, you need to lock in, and then you can cross-reference all these bets and see. You know what I mean? Do the same for me, then do the same for Baby Sharp. You need to watch every video before you go to bed tonight.
If you got 3 laptops, just play all 3 at the same time. All 3 of us.
Yeah,
every night.
Play every night, dude. Make a new YouTube every night. Like the video on each one. You're right, dude. We don't ask enough.
Dude, I rarely ask it, but every now and then I'm like, yo, like, if you guys are feeling wild. I've only asked it one other time, but like somebody actually did it. So it was
if
great.
You're feeling frisky, man, be a real one.
Seriously, it's free for you. I mean, like, other than like the little bit of electricity, I guess, that your laptop's gonna use, but like whatever, like that's not that bad. Like, you're not gonna notice that on your bill. It's a negligible amount.
Yeah, come on, man. Like 10 cents.
Word.
Baby Sharp, what do you got going on this week, man? You got some content you're dropping for this card?
Yeah, we're
I know you
doing
already
the fight companion, so that'll be Saturday. We'll probably go live like 2:40 or something like that in the morning. And then we'll have the betting companion out, which is the spreadsheet and the market looks and all that jazz. That'll be out Wednesday with the picks and predictions for the next card. But yeah, so pretty chill.
Oh yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate y'all coming on as like short notice. You know, you guys have both been like two of the most like accommodating, just reliable people I've had on the show. So I appreciate that. Definitely look forward to having you on again, especially 138 over there sitting in a gi, sweaty. I know you're just dying for some.
In the gi.
Still in the gi.
Yeah, just a G.
My coach would be he'd be like, man, that's dedication right there. He'd be like, you're an idiot. Just go shower.
Yeah, seriously. You're risking staph infection for us right now.
Risking staph. Then I can put it on Twitter and everybody can tell me if it's staph or not.
Seriously, yeah. Like
he's staffed.
I like the new meme. They just post it. They'll zoom in on someone's nipple and they're like, I love that meme. Oh, man. I love trolling people on Twitter for no reason. They get so mad. I can't wait for the most brutal KO of the week so I can say, was this an early stoppage? And
dude, you and Lusa Soli both do that. I love it.
Dude, there'll legitimately be 500 replies like, bro, you don't know anything about MMA, and you clearly just started watching. It's like, little do they know I've literally been watching for like 20 fucking years, and I'm fucking trolling them, but it's
right.
But anyways,
blue check mark activity.
I really do appreciate y'all coming on, man. We'll get you back on. Like the video, click subscribe. Hey, again, I'm gonna ask one more time. Go to these guys' channels. It takes 5 fucking seconds. Scroll on your mouse for 2 seconds. Click the little show more. Click their Twitter. Click their YouTube. Click subscribe. Click follow. It takes 5 seconds. They both post betting content for free. I know 138's got a Patreon. Baby Sharp's got a website. Go support their content. They fucking put hours into this shit every week. They do this shit for free, you know, to give you guys some free insights, to give you guys some content. We're all clear. If you're in here, if you've been in here for even half of this 2.5 hours, for UFC China that's happening at 3 a.m. on a fucking weekend when normal people are going to be like doing shit. You're
2 a.m. my time.
Yeah. Yeah. You're hardcore. Okay. So these guys are hardcore as well. Go support their content. And that's about it, man. We'll get y'all back on. I appreciate y'all. I had fun as always, man. Appreciate you giving the boys some content for this crazy China card. I do think there's some fun fights on this. There might not be the highest name value, but there's some fun fights. So good luck on the bets, man. Good luck. Win some money. And we'll catch you guys next week for Wager Wars. I will have my quick picks and favorite bets video coming out tomorrow. I will watch the fights. I don't know if I'll be fight companion like this guy over here. So definitely go check him out. There's the thing. Go check him out so you can check the fight companion. Hey, Don Dada, appreciate you. Chill Dill, Tony. Hell yeah, declared hardcore. You are officially hardcore. Hey, Dub Algo, legit. Appreciate y'all.
Don't forget to play all videos.
What was that?
Don't forget to play all videos.
Yeah, play all. Go to his channel, click play all that good stuff. If you don't do it, we'll find out. Okay.
We'll find out.
Until next week, or really until tomorrow. Later. Good stuff. Peace.